The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Damn, damn, damn! All right, welcome everybody. Welcome. Someone's making noise. Who is that? Is that you, Krill? Hold on, is that my mic? No. All right, folks, we are back. Let me get rid of that. Let me see, put the little thing I have there. All right, that's better. It is Monday night, folks, and you know what that means? It means it's time for the DL show. Folks, we have Matt here tonight. Matt, welcome.
Hello, everyone.
We have Krellbar.
Hello.
Hello. I love that episode. And I don't know where everyone else is. We'll find out. I'm sure they'll be popping in during the course of the evening. Gents, what's happening? How was your weeks? There goes that
The
noise.
weekend was quick. Monday. Had a cigar yesterday with Chuck.
Yeah, he messaged me. I had so much stuff to do, and today was a hell day for me. I had to teach and just run around. I had to go to the DMV or the registry, whatever they call it here, get my license. That's always fun. Those people are always fun to deal with. I mean, the word urgency is not in their vocabulary.
No.
You know, folks, let me bring on Joe here. Joe's here. Hold on one second. Joe, welcome.
Hey, everybody.
You know, all these new designs I have on this now that you can see that I've been messing around with the Looks great. Joe, how are you doing, man?
Good. My computer was playing a game of I don't see the camera.
We love that game.
Bullshit.
We love that game. Guys, what did I watched something the other day and I can't recall. Matt, let me just ask you, since you weren't here last week, how's the diet going?
Oh, it's going well. Yeah, still hanging around the 175, 176 area.
You know, I've been bouncing around. I go from 177. One day I'm 183, 181, 177, 178. It's all over the place, but I don't care. At this point, I actually had to go. I ordered new jeans because my 32 waist Levi's are very big on me.
Yeah. I went and got some new shorts and got all 31s.
Yeah, so I ordered 31, but I'm thinking I might even be down to a 30 at this point. It's nuts. But I'm doing OMAD. I'm doing one meal a day. Are you doing one meal a day too?
Some days, not every day. I've been doing. Yeah, I try to do two generally. It's usually like bacon and eggs and then whatever other thing I want in the evening, whether it be like baked chicken or a steak or whatever. But sometimes just depending on. Yeah. Well, today was the first day I probably ate more than normal and actually feel so full right now. It's like I shouldn't eat.
I'm stuffed, but I didn't eat till a little after 6 o'clock tonight, which is about 26 hours from the last meal.
Mm-hmm.
And just because of the timing of my day running around teaching and all that stuff. Joe, are you doing OMAD as well?
Pretty much. Today I did have some. If I eat during the day, it's like I'll have some pork rinds. So it's not a meal. It's just like a snack.
Yeah.
I did that earlier today because I didn't want to cook anything extra, and I didn't know if I had enough for dinner tonight.
I'll tell you what's a good thing to do with pork rinds. Salted butter. Oh my God!
I dip them in ghee.
You know what? What's better is what I've been doing is you dip them in sour cream.
Oh, it's fantastic! Oh, I know.
Oh yeah,
it's fantastic.
Wait,
get the honey, Junior. Get the honey. Yeah,
I use that for crumbs on my pork chops sometimes.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, excellent. Now we have Jerry here. Hold on, let me bring him in.
Double down on the pork.
Welcome, Jerry.
Hello.
Hello.
See you.
So
yeah, so that it's been going well. I feel fantastic. I had two kids in the gym. I went into the locker room for a second. I was washing my hands and I had music playing. I think it was Dio at the moment, and I could hear the kid like trying to talk to me. So I muted. I go, "What's up?" And he goes, "Dude, I just want to look like you." And I'm like, well, I go, it's all diet, dude. And when I told him I wasn't eating any veggies, that he had to see, he was like, what? He was like flipped out. He was like, I can't believe it. I said, all right, don't believe me. He thought I was fucking with him.
Oh, geez.
He's like, I just wanted, it was very funny.
You know,
Jerry looks like he's on a paranormal investigation right now in the
I'm
basement.
just in my basement.
He is. So I've been watching a bunch of videos. You know, I actually enjoy his videos a lot. He's the only music guy whose videos I enjoy is Josh Scott. The JHS stuff.
Me too.
Yep.
I learn something new every time. He's the
only guy that's totally, and you know what? And he did a thing on the rat pedal. And I have to explain to you, I never liked the rat pedal. I still don't like the rat pedal.
Me too.
In fact, I hate the rat pedal. But he was going on, and I watched his whole video on the rat pedal. And the funny thing is, at the end of it, I'm like, you know, I know a lot of songs that use the rat, like "I Ran" from "Flock of Seagulls" was a rat pedal.
Really?
Yep.
Listen, and I thought about it because like every pedal sounds good, every one of them. It's just when I play the rat, I hate the way it responds to the way I play, and that's like a personal experience. But if someone says they like the rat pedal, I don't care. I like the rat pedal. Don't go chasing the Whiteface logo because, as Josh Scott points out, it's the same fucking circuit they make it in China right now. It's the same pedal. Mm-hmm. So it's just funny, but it's like, and I think it's funny when people talk about pedals or even play them because it's like, it's really not playing them, hearing somebody else plays them that gives you a clue if you'd want it. You'd have to play it yourself because when you play it yourself, I mean, I hear guys playing, pedals, and I'm like, oh, I never really cared for that pedal. And then I see, and then then I go try their rig, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the way that pedal responds. And it's a lot of times it's with amplifiers too. People like, don't like certain amplifiers, even though every amplifier to me sounds the fucking same. Like if it's a high gain amp, it's a high gain amp. You could tell me it's a PV5150, it's a dual rectifier, it's a Marshall JCM 800. I wouldn't have a fucking clue. I don't care. They all sound the same. When you go to play
why do you
them,
have so many amps, Dave?
these are garbage. Honestly, I picked this one up because somebody posted a price for it, and I happened to run across it. And I'm like, you're selling it for that? I'm going to offer him less. And he took less. So
buy it on principle.
It's an investment. I would never take these Marshalls out. I've taken this Marshall out here. It's a JCM 900 2501. So it's a Mark III 1x12, and it's fucking great. It responds great. It plays great. Very surprising. Great amp. The rectifier always sounds great. This crank sounds great. But again, when it comes to like the high, the Laneys, someone mentioned the Laney amps. Someone played a Lionheart the other day on some channel, and I'm like, thing sounds fucking great. I've never played one. Maybe I don't like the way it performs when I play it. But everything sounds good. But people that are out there now running around trying to gobble up like the vintage Rats or the Bad Monkey because Josh Scott says it's good. Listen, you can go get the same fucking pedal from Amazon Basics for $29. It's the same fucking pedal. Now, it may not respond the way you like, but most of them are the same fucking circuit. And, he's such a wise ass. Did you ever see his show where he does which one is which, and he has a guitar player play both pedals, but they can't see what they're playing, and they have to guess if it's the vintage reissue or if it's the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very funny bit because he puts on these white gloves before he touches the pedal because he's like, my oils on my hand will change the tone. And he's saying it just to be an asshole. You know what I mean? He's saying it just because he's trying to be like, an ass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to get that back. All right. Yeah. So, but it's funny because people are so hung up on all these pedals. Hey, got a Fender Strat acoustic. Nice. BOC quote. Oh, Blue Oyster Cult. I was telling me a second ago what BOC was. You mean soft white underbellies? Well, it's so funny to me is because I have a student that comes over here that Jerry is very friendly with, and he always goes on about the Marshall tone, trying to get that Allman Brothers sound.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were listening to Phil Maurice the other day with him on a song, and I said, these sound like twins to me. I would bet if somebody asked me what they were using, I would have guessed it was a Fender Twin. It sounds like a Les Paul cranked through a Fender Twin. Mm-hmm. And he said, oh, I think they are using twins. I'm like, then what the fuck do we care about? If it's, he's been hunting down. In fact, he and I are going to see a guy who makes an amplifier called Amplified Nation. You guys familiar with this company?
No.
Amplified Nation is out of a town in Massachusetts, but he makes Dumble clones.
Oh, cool.
And so my student wants to buy a Dumble clone. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because we played about three or four of the clips. And the one that he wanted was the one that I would probably say don't get. But the others sound like, a Dumble sounds like a clean Fender. It's amazing to me because when I hear it, it sounds like that Larry Carlton song, that sound of Larry Carlton's. But then when you think about it, on Kid Charlemagne, he's playing a Princeton. And I think the rhythm tracks, he's playing a deluxe reverb. So, anything can sound good. Just tweak it. And that was the other thing Josh Scott said when he talks about people doing pedal reviews and they have everything at 12 o'clock. He's like, what sounds good at everything at 12? Tweak the pedal to make it sound good and then play it. Yeah. I've been belly aching about that forever with these fucking guys reviewing pedals. Here's everything at noon. Why? Take the 5 minutes off camera. I don't mind. Off camera, fix the fucking thing to make the pedal sound good, and then show me a good sounding pedal. But don't be like, here's the pedal at noon. Oh, thanks. And I was curious what it sounds like when the settings are bad.
They're trying to make it sound like it's some sort of neutral setting, and it's not. Because
right, it's a like bullshit thing.
Unless it's specifically designed to have it zero out at a certain.
Once you figure out, if you guys have all played with pedals.
Oh yeah.
Before you guys, have you ever in your life ever sat there and tweaked the pedal in the middle of a gig?
Yeah.
Once you know you're setting on that pedal, that's it. Unless there's something where you're like, oh fuck, it's not as bright as it in this room. You know, something about this. But once you touch it and you're happy with it, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to sit there going, all right, guys, I'm going to play this rhythm, everything down the middle, and then we're going to what? I mean, it's so gear centric right now, and YouTube is just as bad. But a buddy of mine messaged me the other day, and he said, I want to get a Strat, but I don't want to spend a lot of money. He's not really a guitar player, but he just wants something to noodle on. And I saw that, what's it called? It has a 25th anniversary Fire Mist. Have you guys seen these from, what's Thomann?
Oh, the Harley Benton.
Harley Benton has like a new Strat Telly.
Yeah,
they're under $300. They look like quality instruments. Hey, Ricky.
That line where they're like the Sir knockoffs and stuff, those are pretty nice. The Paul Reed Smith ones are a little questionable.
Yeah, but yeah.
The Fire Mist Fusions.
Damage is saying, who bought Marshall? Marshall was bought by, I think, a Swiss company. I think a Swiss company just bought them. I don't know anything about them. Personally, I don't care.
The company is Zound. It's the same company that's been making the speakers for the Marshall amps.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, the thing about Marshalls is, I don't know when the last time, I mean, I haven't been interested in a Marshall in 100 years. I mean, you can buy a used one. There's plenty of them out there. I thought they dropped the ball over the years over a couple of things. When they made the JVM, I thought they should have refaced the whole amplifier and made it look modern, since it was supposed to be a modern amp.
Mm-hmm.
And they kept it looking like this, which I used to say, like, young kids don't want to buy grandpa's amp. You know, they want a new face. And so I thought they should have done that. Andrew Collins says Casino says Guitar Center is going to go away. I mean, that's about as much news to me as anything.
Every
I mean,
few
I don't
years.
care.
Every few years.
I wouldn't care.
That.
Well, they're the Radio Shack of the guitar industry. They're just hanging on at a loss. They're going to hang on for years.
Yeah, but could you imagine if we were having this conversation in 1982? Did you guys hear Caldor's going away?
No more records at $4.72.
What am I going to do without the 5 and dime?
Without Caldor, right? Then fucking Target opened up, and it's like, Caldor who?
The two price points. They had $5.99 and $4.72 for their albums. Where they came up with $4.72, I have no idea.
This is great. I just found an article. You got to let me read this. Did everyone hear the news about Ace Frehley?
Oh yeah.
No.
Listen.
Was he drinking
to
again?
this? No. Ace Frehley claims to keep a 120-page document of dirt on Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons in a safety deposit box. And this next line is a quote. I almost died reading this. God forbid anything happens to me. My attorney is instructed to release it. What does he think they're going to do?
Well, what happened was Paul Stanley said some disparaging things about Ace and Peter about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, that he didn't want to play with those guys because they're bad, something like that. And Ace is saying, he's demanding that. He's like, you know what? All you do is talk bad about me, and I've never talked bad about you. I have so much dirt on you. I mean, what are they going to come out and say? Paul Stanley's gay? Duh. When the guy came out and said, I'm Star Child, we got the hint. We don't need the Ace Frehley 120-page document to tell us.
Have you
Guys,
seen,
that's a great bit. I don't know why I'm not hearing any laughter out there. It's a great bit.
It's been a long day, Helen.
Yeah. There's some docu flick, and I can't remember what streaming services it was on, but I saw a commercial, and it's about like real early Kiss, and it's not called Kiss or anything. Let me see if I can find it. But it showed
Oh,
like
it's a
some
movie.
clips. Yeah, it's like
Story about
Wicked
Casablanca
Lester,
Records,
the movie.
but it's featuring Kiss. Of course.
okay. Well,
Oh,
what's it called?
Casablanca was Nick. No, what's his name?
Bogart.
Bogart. Neil Bogart.
Neil Bogart.
Correct.
Oh, so it's a
Neil
story
Bogart.
about him.
Yeah,
right.
but you know.
He produced the third Kiss album, I believe. Dressed to Kill was Neil Bogart produced.
Let me.
Who else was on Casablanca, Dave?
Angel.
Donna Summer.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's right.
Angel.
Angel.
I think they were largely a disco label, and
Mm-hmm.
Kiss was the only. Well, I would say non-disco, but then you had "I Was Made for Loving You," and that throws that out the window.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. That song holds up now.
But you know what's funny is what's
I
Ace?
hated it when
What
I
is
was a
Ace going to say though? Those guys aren't really good musicians. Yeah, thanks, Ace. Thank God you're here to tell us.
Yeah.
I can't see Paul fucking struggling through an A power chord. Folks, these are jokes. I love Paul Stanley. I was a huge Kiss fan growing up. So I said to
can't-
somebody once, what's the deal with Kiss? And they said, "Oh, dude, it's 4 guys dressed as monsters playing heavy metal." I was like, "Are they any good?" Good. I just told you there's 4 guys dressed as monsters playing heavy metal. Is there no pleasing you? They have to have songs. That's actually a bit of some comedians. I'm just stealing it right now.
But it showed mostly.
Parliament Funkadelic wasn't on Casablanca.
No,
Are
they
you
they
sure?
were. Oh shit! What the fuck were they? I almost want to say I know this.
Casablanca.
Let's see. They started on
According to Wikipedia,
West Side.
Casablanca Records is an American record label owned by Universal Music Group and operated under Republic Records.
Did anyone
He says yes,
figure
they
out what
were.
the name of that movie
Well, first
is?
of all, Parliament was on. Oh, is it Funkadelic that switched labels?
Oh, in June, Casablanca will be 50 years old.
I thought it was already gone. I said,
Yeah, I know, but they, that's
Would
what
It would have been. They
It
died.
says
young.
here
They got cancer.
Funkadelic was Westbound
Absolutely.
Records and Warner Records. Funkadelic.
Funkadelic was Westbound, then they went to Warner. That's right. What was Parliament?
Okay, Parliament.
Flashlight. What was that album called? Funkadelic versus the Placebo Syndrome.
Yeah, Casablanca, Westbound, Warner, and Invictus.
Wow. Okay. So Funkadelic was on. Was that and probably the one before. What was that one before it? The Mothership Connection. You guys give me no credit for pulling out Funkadelic versus the Placebo Syndrome. What the hell's wrong with everybody here? Who knows the name of that album?
Village People.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Village
You-
People, Share, Lips Incorporated.
Oh, I love Lips. Funky Town.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, let's see.
Donna Summer.
Yeah,
Yep. That's pretty much the top 5
that's it. Yeah.
according to Wikipedia or Wikipedia or whatever the fuck it is.
Angel was on. God, Angel.
Oh, wait a second.
Was Angel with
Casablanca?
Punky or was that
Yep.
White Angel?
Punky
That's
Meadows.
Punky.
Punky Meadows?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
they're
flip
still
side of Kiss.
around, and they have
Yeah.
Lindsay Lohan as a as an artist.
Up for the downstroke. We'll go up for the downstroke. Everybody get up.
Neil Bogart.
I'm a big George Clinton fan. In fact, I met George Clinton in I want to say close to 2000. And I said, "Hey man, you're a legend." He said, "Don't call me a legend. Legend just means I'm old."
And Emotion. was on
Well, you
Casablanca.
are old. Sorry.
What was the
Captain-
Emotions big song? They had a
Captain
cheesy
Tennille.
song.
Captain
Captain-
Tennille, 79 to 80 were on Casablanca.
Really? Daryl Dragon and Tony Tennille?
Yeah. Dr. Hook, 1980 to 82 were.
Wonder if they're still
somewhere.
together.
Dusty Springfield in 1982, though.
Buddy Miles.
Oh, Fanny.
75.
That old girl group Fanny was.
Oh yeah,
The
Fanny.
Filipino girls.
Yeah,
the-
they were
one-
tight,
I think
man. They
one
were
became a
fucking-
teacher at Berkeley, right? She was a teacher at Berkeley. You know who taught at Berkeley? Who's a fucking unbelievable piano player? She's a great jazz pianist. Was Patrice Rushen.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys
Oh,
remember
really?
the song "Forget Me Nots"?
Yep.
Go look up her first album. Give it.
Will Smith ripped her off.
Listen to her first album where she's playing jazz piano. She'll blow you away. In fact, the jazz world was really pissed at her when she went and did Forget Me Nots because they were like, you're just trying to sell records. And Krell, anyway, we can angle the camera so we're not just seeing.
I was reading.
You see that?
Oh,
Rodney Dangerfield.
oh yeah,
Sounds like
yeah,
Casablanca.
absolutely. No respect from 1980 was on Casablanca.
Who are the gods?
And Rappin' Rodney was what, 83, 82? The album Rappin' Rodney?
Yeah. Tony Orlando.
And
And then, of course,
The
the Village
Gods?
People. Your aforementioned
Did you
Village
just ask who are the gods?
Yeah, with the Z.
G-O-D-Z? They were a
Yeah,
Midwestern
from,
band
78.
out of. They played Columbus area a lot. They played, Chicago, Indiana. They
What
were a
kind of-
Midwest band.
What kind of style?
Bluesy rock. They had that great
Really?
song called "Gotta Keep a Running." Gotta keep a running. Remember that one? They had a great song called "Gotta Keep a Running." And they had a song called
That's a knee slapper.
"Candy's Gone Bad." Yeah, they were a great tune. They were a
Did you
great
guys
band.
see that
Oh, they're still around, man.
that the Misfits are doing a reunion
Oh God.
Oh yeah,
with Glenn Danzig?
Glenn.
yeah, they're
Yeah, and the original bass player.
What's it called? We're on the juice again.
Oh, on the gas again. Yeah, I did last week. I don't know how you got there, Jay, but we took care of it.
I played. a
Oh,
gig
yeah,
about
Rick Wakeman's a
15
great
years
player,
ago.
Charlie S.
About 15 years ago, I played a gig and we opened up for Dr. Chud, who's the original drummer of the Misfit. He had the whole thing coming down in his face, and
Oh,
they would
yeah.
dress up like Halloween. Every show was Halloween for them.
And who is your
And they
favorite member
actually-
of Dr. Hook?
That was a great movie. Chud. Who remembers what Chud stands for?
Cannibalistic humanoid underground
dwellers.
dwellers.
With John Hurd.
It's one
Yeah,
of those
we
movies
opened up
that's
for
so
Dr.
bad it's
Chud.
good.
Yeah.
They were in a little RV just driving around. The guy's Marshall blew out halfway through the show, and he ran out in his RV and grabbed another one, stuck it up there, plugged it in, continued on with the show. Yeah, but what was really cool that I remember, we were the cleanup band that night. So Dr. Chud, they decided they wanted to be the 10:30, 11 o'clock slot. So we started at like a quarter after midnight or something. But those guys were nice enough to go back out into their little RV or whatever they had. They cleaned all the makeup off their face. They came back in the bar and they stood right at the front of the stage, right? Like,
Judging
super
you.
supported us. Yeah.
Judging you.
Judging.
Yeah. They were like this. We're better than you guys are. No, they were very nice guys to do that.
Jerry, someone has a question about your Strat. Is the gold Strat done yet?
I'll show you how far I got.
Let me dig them.
It's probably at the same point as last week.
Oh,
Right.
No.
Oh, it's going together.
Oh, he's got two strings
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah,
He initialed it.
things are lining up. So
How many screws are in that? Still two?
One.
Got one
it's
left.
half-assed beyond,
All right.
I had to clean the house. So.
Well, as I just said, Toman, whatever that brand is, Harley Benton. I don't know why I'm having a
Toman.
brain fart on that. They have the Fire Mist Gold Strat that just came out for $275 or something like that.
Unbelievable. What is it?
It
like
looks
a
nice.
Squire or a Mexi or what is it?
No, it's made in probably China,
Oh, okay.
but
think
they
Indonesia.
supposedly they
I
have
think
good
Indonesia.
quality stuff.
My buddy got a telly. It's like a no-name telly, not a Fender product.
Uh-huh.
$90, and it, set it up, and it was not bad.
Right.
Brand new.
He overpaid because that telly name. was what brings the $90. They miss.
Thomann is a large company out of Germany. They're like the Sweetwater of Europe,
Right.
but they have a big giant store. But mostly,
Well, they
it's
have their
all
own home
online.
brand. Plus, and they have their own home brands, like
Yeah, their house brand is Harley Benton,
right, like
and it was a name
like
they
Carlo,
Yeah,
or Belly,
Sweetwater.
whatever that.
They
Yeah,
should have called
Harley
themselves
Benton is
Sauerbraten.
No,
Harley
but what
Benton's
was
a name that they came up with to appeal to Americans.
Yeah, Harley Davidson, Barbie Benton.
There you go. Yeah.
agreed? You know, didn't what was Sam Ash had a brand
Wait a
called
minute,
Carlo
wasn't Barbie
Rebelli?
Benton Hef's
I got one
girlfriend?
of those.
At one
I got
time,
a
yeah.
Carlo
Yes,
Rebelli.
yeah, she was.
Okay.
And Mitchell was Wayne Mitchell. That was Guitar Center's brand.
Right.
They own that, and they also own the
Mitchell.
cable company. What's the cables that Guitar Center sells? They're also owned by Guitar Center.
Hot
Pro
Wire?
Sound,
Livewire,
Livewire?
maybe.
Hot Wire?
is that what it is?
Something like that. Live Nation? Some shit.
I don't think she has a guitar, Hugh.
I'm dying over this show that Ricky Compton said he saw the Mentors open for Guar. That would have been an extremely ridiculous show.
Hartley
Yeah.
Bentons.
Remember the Mentors? Guys that stood around in the
Oh yeah,
exit
find them,
foot.
feel them, fuck them, forget them. Find the 4F Club.
Dane, the gods look pretty cool. I gotta,
They got the rock and roll machine.
yeah, I gotta listen to their stuff
They have a
off
song that
camera.
does that. Got to keep it running. I remember about 20 years ago, a local KZRX. I don't know, but it was a big affiliated thing out of Texas or something. KZ Rock or Z or something.
There's
But
you
New
mean
Year's Eve, they
LA?
were playing top 500 songs, and this was 20 years ago. Their top 500 rock and roll songs.
yeah.
And that "Gotta
The
Keep It
century.
Running" by the Gods came in at number 326 or something. They actually put
Yeah,
the
K
Gods
Rock in
on
LA,
the list.
Krell Bar is KROQ.
I think it was Z Rock.
All right, what's the song?
It's "Gotta Keep It Running."
It
Oh, all
keeps you running. Yeah, it keeps you running.
And it's got a little breakdown in the middle of the song and they're kind of Brownsville station-ish. In the middle of the song, it's just the bass going do,
Coda.
do, 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 do. And he's
I
like,
love
now
that you say
dig up,
it's kind
y'all.
of Brownsville,
Now we're
like we
stoned
all
to
know
the bone
Brownsville
and we're hot
Station.
and sweaty.
In the boys' room.
The only song anyone ever
Yeah.
knew by
Yeah,
Brownsville Station.
I knew the singer's name. That's about it.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Cub
Yeah, in the
Coda.
middle of "Gotta Keep It Running," he goes into this little Brownsville style breakdown where he kind of talks and he goes, "Look at us. We're everything your parents ever warned you about," and it's really good. It's a fun jam.
How's it? Oh, Jerry must be listening to it as we speak.
Yeah, it's bluesy. It's 70s rock, but
That's
it's
cool.
they're playing Les Pauls through Marshalls and there's,
So I
Were
went-
any of you guys into 80s music at all?
well, yeah.
Like New Order and all that stuff?
how you doing, buddy?
Little
I-
bit.
OMD.
My friends were mostly in New Order. I was like more earlier 80s new wave stuff like Human
I've been
League
listening
and
to a lot of
Soft Cell.
Cocteau Twins this week. They were so good.
I don't know.
I
if we
love
can be
Robin
friends anymore.
Guthrie's. Whatever pedals he's using, it's a winner.
I
He's got a
love
great
that
ethereal
kind of
sound.
music
We're all set to
too.
12.
I
What
was
is it?
actually in a Cure tribute where I did the whole Robert Smith thing and we played as many Cure songs as we could muster up.
Yeah.
Learned all the guitar parts. One thing that's cool about the Cure is that they always tuned to standard tuning because they always had keyboards and stuff. But every Cure song before the year 2000 is in standard tuning. So you could set behind and you could pick them up real quick.
Yeah, right. I know he used a lot of rack mount gear, Hugh. I've seen his rig. I saw Cocteau Twins live twice, and the first time I saw them, I was like right across from Robin Guthrie's rack. Like I could see everything in it. Quadriverbs, all that shit.
I thought you were talking about tits. I don't
No,
know.
Robin Guthrie's the guy who plays guitar.
So Snowball went on.
What's with Hannah
huge
Bombs?
diva
Is
kick.
that a Minutemen reference, or is that a reference to you?
Who?
Hannah Bomb, Hanoi Bomb.
One of the what did he
His
say?
comment: double nickels on the dime.
Oh, because I'll be double nickels tomorrow.
Right. Oh, I thought it was a Minutemen. Well, that's what you
Oh,
were talking
maybe.
about 80s. It's coincidental. Happy birthday,
Oh,
Dave.
Minutemen, was that Mike Watt?
Yes, in D Boone. And then I forget the fucking drummer's name.
Yeah, he said Minutemen. He said, yeah.
Well, see, this is interesting because you were talking about 80s. We into this, and then he posted that, but I think it's a reference.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
He took it from my title. Yeah, because I said tomorrow I catch up to Joe. Joe beat me to double nickels.
Oh, I see. So you introduced that reference. Did you know that about a Minutemen record called Double Nickels on the Dime?
No,
Oh,
but
you did?
Mike Watt, I think, was a San Pedro guy. And I worked in San Pedro at a music store.
Mm-hmm. He had a band called Criminy.
Hey, thanks, Johnny Kramer.
And they did it was like a dual bass thing.
Yeah.
I saw those guys at the Rat like 100 years ago.
Joe didn't even know what I was talking about. Joe, you know what I mean when I say you had double nickels? What's your age, Joe?
Oh, I'm 55.
Right.
Glad you changed. You and Dave are changing before I do.
Thanks, Ricky.
Tomorrow's your birthday?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be 55. Although I asked someone today, I said, if I don't recognize it, can I still be 54?
Wait a second. Yeah, you were born
About
the same day
29,
Martin Luther
Dave.
King died.
Yeah, that day. 62 on Thursday, April 6th. Happy birthday, Charlie S.
See? There's others that have been there and done that, Dave.
I think Matt's a few over. Yeah, Dane's got to be older than all of us. Jerry
A little bit.
and Matt.
Matt and I are the same
might be
age. Well,
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys might be the same
Yeah.
age.
I turned
65.
double nickels next month.
Yeah.
It's all good,
Thanks,
man.
Cheech.
Dave, how do you feel?
I feel fantastic.
Yeah, as do I.
Last week, I don't know if I told you, I bumped up my cardio. I'm doing 4 miles a day now. With an incline of 15, which is killer.
Nice.
And I got down to right now. I just ordered a pair of 31 jeans because my 32s are huge on me now.
Wow, cool.
Yeah,
What do you weigh in at?
I'm about 180.
Good.
I was saying I bounced between 177 and 183.
It happens.
Yeah,
It happens. You feel as though you got more to go?
not
You know,
much.
Another 8 pounds,
Just
10.
lean. It's just at this point, it's just a little bit of leaning out. I mean, I'm not trying. I'm just living.
Right.
But I'm going to eat this way for. I mean, I do OMAD, and I'm just, it's.
Oh, good. Good. You've adopted that.
Oh yeah.
How long you been
Yeah,
doing
I'm
that?
at like 2 months, a month and a half, maybe.
Yeah, it's good.
I think it's so
you
much
got
better.
discipline. So if it's,
Thanks,
you gotta
Cheech. That was
do it
the
for
other day. in
18,
the
20
gym.
hours or whatever it is, you fast. I say, as long as you get over 16 hours, I think you start to get that benefit. And then if you can stretch it, you get even more of a benefit.
Yeah, actually, a couple of kids in the gym came up to me today, and they was asking me. They were like, "Dude, I want to look like you," and I'm like, "I go, it's all diet, dude." And when I told him what I eat, he was just like, they thought I was fucking with them. They're like, "Yeah, right. You don't want to tell us." I'm like, "I'm telling you."
Yeah, this is where we came in.
Yeah,
And you
So,
gotta tell them. Eating once
I went
a
over
day,
everything.
That'll get you so caught up. If you can hack.
Well, to me, it's about autophagy. I'm off everything. I'm off on my thyroid shit. I'm off everything.
Yeah.
So I feel
So am I.
fantastic every day. It's so
Yeah.
whatever I end up at,
But
it's
you gotta be a 48-hour to 60-hour fast to get into autophagy. However, if you're
I think it's 19 is what takes you in. Over anything over 19.
I don't think it's autophagy, Dave. I think you're going to start to get some fat burning benefit and all that. But to truly get autophagy, which is cell rebuilding, you got to have more hours invested.
I could do 2 to 3. I could do 2 to 3 days. It wouldn't even bother me.
Okay, well then you'll get there.
But I have no need. It's just, but the thing is,
then you'll feel it. I've done it a couple of times, man, and it's amazing because my knee felt so much better post, and some other things I had going on. So I think it's a good thing to do. If you can it's not that easy, especially if you're doing one meal a day months prior. And then you try to do a long-term fast. It's like, oh my God, I'm fucking torturing myself. So,
Cheech, how do you know that's what your system didn't agree with or what was in your system before? The problem with a lot of people, and I've dealt with this with a lot of people that I'm helping do carnivore, is they say to me, oh, I can't eat eggs. I can't eat hamburger because it affects my stomach. And I'm like, it's those foods don't have anything in them that your body can't handle. Right. It's the other shit you're eating with it. If you're eating greens, if you're eating vegetables, or if you're eating sugar, those things cause problems with your digestive. But there's nothing in meat that's just protein and fat that can hurt your stomach. So, but they don't listen. But when they do, and they cut the vegetables out, I have a guy that told me he's no longer allergic to eggs. Emily's no longer allergic to dairy. But
fantastic.
Yeah.
Very good.
No, I understand it was bacon and eggs only, but it's what's in your system. You don't understand the way this works. When you eat vegetables anytime during the week, you're getting a buildup of phytates, tannins, oxalates in your system. Well, those things have a big effect to everything else that you're going to put into your system. That's why when Joe Rogan says he goes on carnivore, he just goes on it and doesn't ease into it. That's why he's shitting his brains out for 2 days.
Right.
Because you have all this stuff in your system that's craving sugar and your body ends up releasing it. After your body releases it, your body normalizes, you go to eat those foods, you'll never have another problem again. And there's 4 people here, including myself, Jerry, Joe. Let me do that again. Joe, Jerry, now it lines up. Matt, can all tell you the same thing. But I've helped everyone that says they have a problem with this food or that food. They always attribute it to the wrong food. And that's just because you've been brainwashed by everything that you've been told about food, which has been a lie.
Food companies.
Yeah, it's a lie.
It happened to me this morning. My job started off with a team meeting, and I was running late, so I was like, I'm going to grab my coffee, but I was going to make my coffee. And my supervisor goes, what do you have in your coffee, Joe? I says, oh, just a little bit of butter, some couple of dashes of salt, and the Skinny's no carb sweetener. I put a little bit of that in for flavor. I don't even use any cream or nothing anymore. And everyone was just amazed and butter. Well, that's not healthy. I'm like, right. Actually, everything you heard about saturated fats and butter and all that other stuff, it's look it up. It's not true. And I was trying to tell him, I said, everything. Look, I said, look, I'm 55 years old. I finally learned that everything they've been telling us for the last, almost fucking century is a lie designed to kill us.
Yeah,
it's 100%. I said, if that stuff wasn't good for thousands of years, that's all they had. How did we even make it this far? And now, over the last 100 years, there's problem, because they got all this synthetic shit killing everybody.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And telling you that the synthetic chemical version of fat is better for you than natural fat that has vitamins and essential fatty acids. And to answer Cheech, yeah, I don't eat just the grease. I could eat the grease. It wouldn't affect me at all. But I do put them on a napkin and then let them crunch up, and then I eat them. And I save all the fat, and I cook everything in fat. I cook the eggs in bacon fat. I cook my burgers in bacon fat. But bacon fat has vitamin K2, vitamin A, vitamin D. And it's a natural food. Whereas an unsaturated fat like Crisco and all these other things, these oils,
garbage.
They're loaded with chemicals in your body. It's not food, and you're being lied to. And, you know, like, I don't care what anyone does. I always say, look, I'm not going to help anybody that doesn't want to help themselves. But if somebody is serious and wants to get on a diet and wants to ask me questions, you can email me anytime. But if you're not going to do it and you're not really into it, you know, don't waste my time, because I don't care if you are fat or thin. I honestly don't. But you have to understand that every metabolic issue that we've been dealing with in this country, that people are getting sick from, cancers, type 2 diabetes, atherosclerosis, however you pronounce that word, it means hardening of the arteries, all these things.
Sclerosis.
Thank you. All these things are a 20th century disease. Fat, saturated fat, has been with us for millennia. So how do we sit there and say, well, fat's the problem? Wait, fat for 2,000 years. Animal fat we've been eating 2,000 years. The last 100 years we included.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm reading what Cheat says, and he's not listening, because he's saying he loves meat, but his system doesn't always agree. It's not your system. Your system is not agreeing with the chemicals you're putting in your body. And then when you have the meat, it triggers it. Let me explain. Plants do not want you to eat them, so they have defense chemicals. They have their own pesticides, so bugs don't eat them. They have everything to make it so animals do not eat them. Oxalates. Oxalates can harden in your system. They can cause kidney stones. That has tannins, phytates. There's two other things. I can't remember the names, but they can stop your body from absorbing the protein in food, and they cause digestive problems. Meat, there's nothing in meat that can cause a digestive problem. There is no chemical in meat that your system is not dealing with.
Unless it gets stuck in your throat.
Good one. Anyways,
Mama cat.
your system is dealing with all this stuff in your body. And like I said, Emily used to be lactose intolerant. She could not have any cheese or any dairy. She cut out spinach and almonds, which were the only two things that she ate. And within 2 weeks, she was eating them with impunity. Absolutely, Izzy. Absolutely. Hydrogenated oil was the biggest factor of all these issues that I brought up. In fact, if you cut out all the seed oils, and you cut out most grains and most sugar, you should actually be very healthy. Yeah, and that's the truth. And so I can't explain it to you unless you're willing to do it. It's called, if you wanted to do what's called a carnivore challenge, the challenge is you hit 30 days, it's all you eat. And you can't, and then you see that your body, by the end of that time, you're going to be like, oh my God, I can eat all kinds of meat and everything and no stomach issues. Then you start bringing back the food that you used to eat, and you'll see what's causing the problem.
And another myth to get out of your head right now is that you're going to have constipation. You're going to be fine. You don't need vegetables and nuts and all that shit for fucking. You'll shit better than you ever have in your entire life. Trust the pro.
Fiber.
And the reason
you had the opposite effect on me.
Well,
and the reason you shit,
it binds me up.
Hey, what's going on, John? The reason why you shit better when carnivore is because your body is using all the nutrients in the food. So you're not shitting as much, doesn't stink. It's not like, let me tell you, and I hate to say this on my show because no one wants to hear about people taking defecation. But anyways, when you take a giant dump, what do you think that is? That's the food that you threw down, the stuff that you thought was food you were eating, that your body's saying, I can't do anything with this stuff. Yeah. Get it out of here.
Get it out.
And then it's coming out of your ass, and you guys are doing the wraparound in the bowl. You can see you're going through about 40 gallons of Glade. You can save money on Glade. Hey, thank you, Howard Brown. Oh, Howard Brown's 2 months carnivore. Congratulations, my friend. Now, how are your results, Howard? How is your digestive system? So, since we have somebody new here, nice. Tell everyone how you're feeling, and any and your weight. I have a friend of mine. He called me up. He's down 38 pounds. He's almost 3 months in. It's great.
And your shits. Oh.
And then his dumps that used now.
And how are you?
Folks, basically save money on Glade. Go carnivore. Oh. Sorry. Let me put this on mute. No, someone's asking me about going to the White Ash. Howard Brown hasn't responded yet. But Howard, please let us know. Inquiring minds want to know. In fact, as you can tell, everyone here pretty much eats a meat-based diet. We're all here on the show. Zim has been in the bathroom for the last 20 minutes.
Don't forget, I have the
Howard Brown. That's fucking awesome. Dropped 20 pounds.
Awesome.
Moving better. How are the aches and pains? Are they gone? And how's your digestive? Already bought two jeans smaller already. Feel stronger. That's excellent. I always like to hear good stories about it.
How old of a guy is Howard?
I don't even know who Howard is, but yes. Oh, yeah, we'll do that for sure, Joe.
You know, he knows how old we are.
Yeah, he can hear you. Howard, how old are you?
Yeah.
He'll be 65 May 7th.
Yes, sir. All right, cool. No, I love to hear this story because I always tell people it's never too late to turn the furnace on. You know?
Yeah.
In guys in their 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever. You eat a
Absolutely.
certain way, you know.
Yeah.
It's good. Even those kids at 35 and 40, you can do it too.
Abraham was like 98 years old when he started laying them pipes.
Dom Hall's asking, what exactly is carnivore diet? Carnivore diet is a meat-based diet. It's meat, high fat, and you only eat everything from animal. There is nothing from the ground.
But he means the Muppet animal, so you got to catch them first.
Nothing from the ground, so no rice, no grains.
You can have shrimp.
So Howard Brown, how's his diabetes doing? Type 2 diabetes. He was taking metformin. So he's going to reverse that. That's fucking awesome. Fuck these people. Yeah. Because that's what they do. He's off metformin and 100. Oh. Howard Brown, thank you for coming in here. That's exactly right. People don't realize you get all these issues are metabolic issues. And these metabolic issues can be changed by just what you're putting into your system.
Correct.
You know, I'm even talking about like people brought up cigar smoking and because they see me in the gym and they know I smoke cigars and they're like, why do you smoke cigars? And if you look in the 1800s, they smoked a ton of more cigars than they do now. And they smoked a hell of a lot more pipes. That was way more popular. You know what was less popular? Any cancers. So I believe when you have it in conjunct with all the chemicals you're eating, that's what's going to cause people to get cancer. I believe, and I do believe that.
I maintain sugar is the fuel for cancer and diseases of that nature.
Agreed.
Oh, absolutely is. Absolutely.
I have my blood work done. Yes, Dino, I got it done last month. And the doctor basically was like, I'm off all my meds. What can I say? Everything is great. My cholesterol, my LDL was a little high, but I want my LDL a little high because the heart surgeon that I follow on YouTube says it's good. Fish is good. It's just not fatty enough.
Right.
So if you're going to have fish, make sure you have it in a ton of butter. Have a side of cheese with it. You know, like take a mozzarella cheese. I like you know the caprese salad, the buffalo mozzarella. We gave it to these people. They took it from us. That's Polly Walnuts.
Yeah.
Cappuccino. We gave him the fucking cappuccino, the fucking buffalo mozzarella.
Then he steals a coffee pot.
Awesome. And haddock with butter is great. But then again, like I said, have more fat. Have something fatty with it. Eat some cheese with it. Have raw. Have you guys tried raw cheddar?
What is raw cheddar?
So raw cheddar tastes just like cheddar cheese, but it's not pasteurized, it's not homogenized, and it has all the microbiomes and all like the colostrum and everything from the cow. It's like superfood.
Never even
Where you
seen
get
it
it?
anywhere.
Is that
Whole
a
Foods.
Whole Foods tip?
Yeah, just look up raw cheddar. I'm gonna stay on it for life, Rich.
It works.
Cheez-Its are horrendous.
Fucking dipshit.
Macaroni and gravy. Now, what does he say? Something in ketchup?
Noodles and ketchup.
Noodles and ketchup. That's it.
Ghetto pasta.
Always white cheese because cheese is naturally white. It's naturally that color. The food coloring is and I forget the name of the. It's an orange vegetable dye. What is the name of that dye though? Begins with a.
Well, they use carrot to color it, right?
No, it begins with an A.
Ascorbic acid.
No. Somebody look up the orange dye food color. What is it?
Aniline dye?
No.
That's the shit they use on wood. Aniline
No,
dye.
cheese. It's called. Just look up orange cheese dye.
All right. Now that you're talking about this, what's more important, the carbohydrate content or if it's got dye in it? Because when I went to Wegmans, they had
Annatto.
white cheddar.
Annatto. Thank you very much.
You follow me, Dave?
It all depends on your sensitivity because the dye could still have some of the other stuff that the plant has that you don't want in your digestion. That's all.
Okay.
It's just easy to avoid it.
Well, I try to buy white cheddar.
Yeah.
And it has carbs in it. One or less than one,
Yeah. No.
Or do I search out and get no carb, no dye?
There you go. Which I think you can find at Costco called what's that aged cheddar they have? Although aged cheddar has histamine in it, so it's better to go raw cheddar than aged cheddar.
Well, I'll
It's
find
expensive.
raw white.
Oh, it is not
chopped cheddar. They must have that, or some sort of cheddar.
So, Dave, do you have to go to, because usually Whole Foods they've got their like commercially packaged cheese area, but then they'll have like a little like behind the counter cheese thing too, like in the deli
No, this
area.
is packaged.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Annatto. There you go. Thank you, Howard Brown. Yeah, see, I avoid Annatto. Oh, and Krellbach said it there. Domo arigato, Mr. Annatto. You mean like roast?
Oh.
I love a roast.
Tree?
Anything meat.
That's interesting.
8 ounces is $10.
Anything meat, I'm game.
Hey, what's this guy Martin 33, 4 years keto / carnivore?
Yeah.
What's that guy's story?
I don't know.
Well,
and when he
how's
says
he been
keto
doing with
/ carnivore, we've talked before on the show. Hold it. So, Dave, do you most of your food shopping at Whole? No, I do most of my shopping at Market Basket. There's a butcher up the street called Brockton Meat Market. And man, those fucking ribeyes from that place, 2 inches thick. It is like, it's daunting. It's a daunting task when I have to eat that. It's fantastic. I love it. And they have the best burgers. I'll show you. You know where Christo's used to be, Jerry? On 27 in Brockton?
Yeah, that parking lot. They took
Right
the
next to
building.
it, there used to be a Radio Shack in that strip mall.
The strip mall. All right.
Boston Brockton Meat Market is in there. It's the best prices on meat around.
Oh.
$9.99 a pound for ribeye.
How do you prepare a 2-inch thick ribeye? Are you just being ridiculous? 2-inch thick.
No, I
How long
15
do you
minutes.
fucking cook that?
15 aside.
Wow.
Oh, and it gets the crust on the out, and then the inside's
sure.
still almost blue. It's fantastic.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah, Costco also. I do a lot of stuff. I get all my bacon at Costco. I get the thick cut bacon, the regular bacon. I get my Kerrygold. Oh yeah, I just got Tusk. I just got the Kerrygold Reserve Extra Sharp as well when I got the raw cheddar.
Oh,
So if alcohol is a must for you, obviously vodka and anything in alcohol sugars is going to be the way to go over beer. You don't want to have any beer. because that has wheat and grains. But yeah, that would be the way to
make
go.
sure it's a vodka without carbs, and tequila will do you right.
Tequila's
But I don't. To me, it's like alcohol's not my thing, so I don't. It's not a thing for me. So
I can speak to this. I've been consuming Irish whiskey, and I guess it's 61, 62 calories a shot or whatever. Maybe it's like 1 or 2 ounces. And
672 days ago, it was plenty of vodka, no carbs.
Okay. Well, I still lose weight and have a little fun, you know.
Oh, Martin 33 responded to you.
Okay.
Used to eat keto, listen to Eric Berg, who's got excellent reduced carbs, 20 grams a day, lost tons of weight, was on blood pressure meds, cholesterol meds, now just carnivore.
Fantastic, man. Yep.
Yeah, it's the way to go.
Yep. More or less my story as well, sir. Well done.
Yeah, it's the way to go. I don't know how we went down this cliff of carnivore again, but hey, look, if anyone has, again, if you have any questions about it,
it's a positive thing to talk about, you know?
It is. It really is. It's really good, and it really shows you what a bunch of shitbags that this country is, that we sit there and poison everybody and then sell them fucking pharmaceuticals on TV commercials. I can finally eat pizza with my kids again. Well, aren't you a dumb cunt? That's what I feel like. I'm that guy now. I'm talking to the TV every time. Wow. I'm down with Rebelsis. You're an idiot.
Oh,
you're a fucking idiot.
I've ruined myself. So
yeah, go get yourself some expensive medication so you can eat poison, and you're not going to live long.
Lately, the one that keeps playing ad nauseum is the ones where they're prepping. How about stop fucking? Stop fucking, stop spreading the disease like anthrax things, and we'll all be all right.
Yeah, more than GMO, it has more to do with seed oils and the whole, I mean, because if you have to look at it, seed oils came around the late 1800s when they were sneaking it in butter. Then they started with Crisco in 1911. I agree, Howard. That I have to agree.
Well, if you try it, you'll disappear.
Fucking Kellogg cereal.
But you'll feel, like I said, I eat one meal a day. I feel fantastic. Today I was strong. I put up 120-pound dumbbells again. So I got some of my strength back. I'm strong as hell. My cardio is fucking crazy. Like, I mean, it's hard. But I'm doing 4 miles a day, and avocado oil is not good. It's got a high omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. It's got like a 13-to-1 ratio. I'd stay away from it. It also it's monounsaturated, so it's really not meant to be heated up. Avocado oil is like olive oil. You could really have it raw, but you shouldn't eat it cooked.
Isn't coconut oil right?
Coconut oil saturated, absolutely.
Dave, what's the thing you put in your coffee? What's the oil?
MCT oil.
Okay.
Which is derived from coconut oil. It's medium chain triglycerides from that. And then I put butter in my coffee. And let me tell you, these things I like: butter in my coffee, lollipop, popcorn in my ass, whatever. I forget the thing that Colonel's, whatever. Sorry, Philip Baker Hall says.
Boogie Nights.
Yeah, heating it of all those oils is terrible. That's why you should only cook in saturated fats. MCT oil will have you dumping. Isn't it wonderful? It's the most, that's what I'm singing when I'm on the toilet. It's the most wonderful time of the day. When I weigh less and and read my cigar magazines, it's the most.
Hey, did you see Hetfield was on Cigar Aficionado?
The blackened cigar sucks. It's the most. It tastes like a burnt cigar with no flavor. It just tastes burnt. I do not like it.
Okay.
I wanted to like it because I like full-bodied cigars. I like a heavy, full. I mean, Krellbauer will tell you, I like a heavy cigar. That cigar to me was like, Tastes like burnt toast. It's like you missed
Smoked the Cameroon yesterday.
Ooh, I love that one. So, Rich asks if I do any fasting. I fast every day, 24 hours. I only eat once a day. Izzy Evans, 100% right on that. Yeah, you're better off staying away from this shit, just from all that stuff. Just eat meat. Eat
Dave,
local.
what's your eating window?
I eat one meal.
I understand, but does it take you an hour? Does it take you 2 hours?
Half hour.
And that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Today, if you want to know what I had 4 eggs sunny side up with a ton of feta cheese, followed by 2 hamburgers, rare with cheddar, followed by bacon, about
so your one meal a day is like 5 courses.
Here we go. It's like,
oh yeah, plus, and then after that, I
that
had
doesn't count as one meal, Dave.
A slice of cheesecake, and then
cheesecake.
Well, I make kind of what cheesecake, and then I had
cheesecake.
Orange soda with diet orange soda with heavy cream.
Oh, it's a whole
and that was it.
thing.
So it's not
by
really
6:30. I'm done, and I went and had a cigar.
It's not really one meal; it's 5 meals at once.
Well, there is the whole point about the meal on carnivore is you shouldn't have to count your calories. You just eat till you're full.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Listen to me. I'm living proof. No, because I fucking had 3, 4, 5,000 calories a day with a lot of cream and super fat ass.
I'm not even
coffee.
eating anywhere near there.
What?
I'm not eating anywhere near 5,000 calories.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So if I consume 3,500 calories and I don't have a physical workload like you do, guess what? I fucking gain weight. I went to 208. Now I'm back to 198. But I had to get back on the road and also calorie restrict. So,
right, but you're saying what you're doing. I've been losing weight way steadier than anybody I know.
I know you have, Dave. You're very consistent about what you do.
Right,
I'm
but
just saying. If you just fucking eat, but just all the right shit, you're still gonna you will gain weight on this program. I'm living proof of it.
You can, but but what is the weight fat or is it muscle?
That's interesting with me because I'm doing a lot of not weight training, but I added weight to my walking regimen.
I'm not worried. See, the whole thing with me is I could give 2 fucks what the scale says. I don't care. I'm looking at, like I just told you the other day, I weighed 184. The other day I was 177. But to my clothes, I had to buy a new pair of jeans because I feel like I could have put another person in my pair of 32.
Yeah.
So I know and plus I can see it in the mirror. Like my abs are out. I'm leaning out like crazy. The other day I had veins going down my stomach. I'm like, now we're cooking with gas.
That's always a good sign.
Now we're cooking.
Well, again, I've been back on the road for 10 days, so I'm under 200 pounds. And I am eating less, so I'm doing the whole thing. I'm focused on it.
So, Martin, if you go to Emily's YouTube channel, she does a whole thing on how to make the cheesecake. But I'll just tell you right now, it's 8 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese, 8 ounces of sour cream, a splash of aspartame is what I use to sweeten it, a splash of vanilla extract, and 2 eggs in a blender, and then in a pie dish. Heat it up in the oven, 325 for 30 minutes, sometimes 25 minutes. A giddy up, back in the fridge, and then eat it when it's cold.
Ooh, nice.
I found it turns out better if you actually bake it longer. I've let it go.
Well, I look at I never even go by the time. I always just go by how it sets. I can see when it sets to a certain
but
when it blows up.
Usually,
and then,
for me, it takes about an hour because you want to get just a couple of places where it's getting like a little bit browning.
Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but in my oven, it takes about an hour to get to that point because you don't.
Oh, really? If I leave mine in for if I get it to 30, my whole thing turns brown. So I want it right before it's all brown.
Right.
But I'm sorry. I also use my oven is a convection. Yeah.
Oh,
so it blows air around, so it cooks everything faster and more thorough.
Okay, yeah, that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Now, Dave, you don't have to put sweetener in that, right?
You don't have to.
Right.
No, in fact, he says aspartame is rat poison. I watched a guy who has a PhD, and they asked him about sweeteners, and he basically said there were 3 sweeteners he liked: that don't have any problems, and that there's not enough people. He made the comment that was aspartame, stevia, and one other thing, and he said some of the other ones are questionable, and there's been studies on them, but the studies that he said, nothing's convinced him that they're bad. He's like, especially if you're just doing it once in a while. He's like, if it's something, if you're consuming 1,000 gallons of it a day, nothing's good for you. Like, that's a chemical. But if it's very low dose, he was like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, but you can make that and deal without it, and it'll be fine. Especially if you're off sugar, man. It's amazing how heavy cream tastes sweet to you when you're off.
Oh,
sugar.
yeah. I don't really have that big of a sweet tooth. I mean, I'm using a tiny bit of aspartame just to give it. I mean, I use the pure stuff. I'm not using equal.
Well, you should tell him too that Emily's recipe called for a whole cup.
Right, which was insane.
Shit. Oh my God, you'll throw it out. It was just so like made your teeth hurt. It was like, oh jeez.
A whole cup
cut
of
it to about of sweetener,
like
this
powdered, a sweetener,
powdered sweetener, a whole
stevia.
And it just ruined it. But cut it down to about a third, and you'll be good.
Agreed. Yeah, the cheesecake's great. I do it just to finish up the meal because I'm just trying to get full. Like, that's my whole thing. So I'm eating two. How much of that allulose sweetener you had later around and using your first cheesecake? I got some allulose. I got rid of it. I mean, I ended up using it in. I didn't use it in my cheesecake. I used it in. I forget what I used it in, but I did use up the allulose. But I would never buy it again. I didn't care for it. I go on Amazon. I buy pure aspartame, and Dos Lobos. John says he's going to use it. Is going to make it. Yeah. So like I said, think about what's 2 hamburger patties calorie wise.
500, 350 a piece.
Okay, with cheese.
So another, I don't know.
Bacon.
All right, you get about 1,000 calories now for the.
Okay. And then 4 eggs.
They're I don't 300, know, 80, 100 a pop.
Like 70. So I just gave it 300. So say 300. Right. There's 1,300 plus my drink. I'm lucky if I'm getting 2,000 calories a day.
Okay.
Granted, it's in one meal, but I'm not eating it.
No, that doesn't really matter. It
does not matter.
It's the workload, and you're already your cardio is up fucking 100%. So, you're doing the road work, Dave. That's how this is how you get there. You got to fucking work.
What particular meat, Cheech, doesn't agree with you? Because you don't know. Because again, you're not having these things in an isolated world. You're having them the same day or the same week or a day after you've eaten heavy vegetables. So you don't know what agrees with you or not, is my point. But I would say figure out what doesn't agree with you by cutting out all the other stuff. And then you'll see if you do what's called the carnivore cleanse, the 30-day challenge. Let me ask Matt. Matt, did you have any problems with any of your food before you went carnivore?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was a time where I tried to go like, what I thought was super clean back then was like, eating a lot of fish and, choking down salad and eating all this shit. And man, my skin reacted really bad. I got rashes under my arms and on the back of my neck and my back and shit. And it was from those leafy vegetables, man. I had a reaction to them. So,
yeah.
But I've always hated them anyway. So I was like, fuck it. I don't want to eat that shit anyway.
And what do you eat in that one meal, Cheech? Tell me, what are you eating? What vegetables are in your diet? Because like I said, I had a guy who told me he was allergic to eggs. He always loved eggs, but he was allergic to them. And he could never eat them. And I told him in 2 weeks on carnivore, he'd eat eggs. And he did. And he didn't have a reaction. And now he eats them every day. But he had to get off of eating the salads. So you have bacon and eggs every day. That's one day. What bread are you having with that, Cheech? Is there any toast? Or you're just having bacon and eggs? God, that's not
a loaf of toast. Half.
Bacon and eggs. That's my appetizer. Then I have to have a meal. Yeah, terrible, Martin.
Are you
Agreed.
cooking it in margarine? What are you cooking it in?
Margarine. I would say if bacon and eggs are bothering you and you think it's the bacon, go to what's the kind of bacon they have that's the non-processed?
LB.
What?
Or
not
just
Cuban?
go to Costco and buy.
Good, no bread.
What do they call the bacon? What is bacon powder? The belly?
Uncured.
I know, but
Uncured.
uncured.
Yeah.
But what is the belly called?
Pork belly.
Oh, center cut.
Pork belly. That's
Well,
go
pork
to
belly.
Costco, buy pork belly, and cut it up yourself. There's your bacon. That's the best way to make it. Bake it yourself, and you'll have it. Pork belly is pretty cheap, and you can fucking get a lot of bacon out of it. Especially if you got that slicer. You guys all have slicers at home, right?
No, of course.
I did, but I lent mine to Kramer. He used it on someone's heel.
I knew a guy who sliced it so thin you couldn't see it. How do you know he sliced it? Oh, hold on. Cheech, do not buy maple bacon. Has anyone seen the irony
Sugar
here?
cured. Yeah, sugar
The thing
cured.
is cured in sugar.
Come on, man.
That ain't gonna work.
Dude.
Come on. Stop
You got to
fucking
just
around.
get the naturals, high fat
read the
bacon.
ingredients,
It's the blue
man.
package. I mean, I'm sitting here for an hour telling everyone stay away from sugar. He's like, it's bacon's the problem. What kind of bacon is it? It's maple bacon. What we do is we start with a pound of sugar. I mean, it's like you've got to be fucking Rochambeauing me here. Ooh. Right?
Is it? Well, they don't call this kid Cheech for nothing.
Fucking shit. Dude.
Cheech, regular bacon, not the low sodium, the regular bacon.
Nothing flavored. I don't even like the flavored bacons. The
Fucking maple.
smokewood, applewood, all that shit.
You're the kosher bacon, Elroy.
Well, no, it's regular bacon, but I'm cooking it in brown sugar.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I got to cut out for the night. I got a kid to get to bed for school tomorrow. So,
All right, man.
Take
All
it
right.
easy.
See you, Matt.
all right,
We'll see you, Matt.
guys.
See ya.
Take care.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye bye.
Now we're all shuffled around again. And that was that. Deli meat's fine. It just depends on what it is. I mean, because I'm eating one meal a day, there's no way I'm buying deli meat ever again. Because it's like, what am I going to do? Like, I'm not going to eat that as a meal. I'm eating steaks, burgers. I do a lot of eggs. I need to eat a lot at my meal.
Yeah, but
So,
Dave,
I
don't
mean,
you like Dave? What time do you eat these days? The one meal.
4:35. I try to go 4:35, but today I had a student till 5:30, so I didn't eat till 6.
So you just keep
Roast beef's
yourself
good.
busy. You just keep yourself busy until whatever. What time? How long does it take you to prepare this smorgasbord? An hour.
25 minutes, 30
Okay.
minutes.
You got a little cook time doing this, that,
Yeah.
and everything. So you do your workout, your lessons, yada yada. So you don't get into trouble snacking or anything because you're
It's not
busy
even,
and you don't.
it's
you
not
don't
even
have-
an interest to me though. Even when I don't have something going on in the day, it's just not something I am interested in. I'm so full.
Yeah. Well, when I got home, I ate early today at 7. But there are days where I prefer, eat around 9 o'clock at night, 9:30. As long
Yeah.
as I can stay up for a couple hours after that. Like I'll walk after that,
Yeah.
and then I'm on to the next fasting, So I get a good 20-hour stretch anyways. 22
Like over
hours.
the weekend, I'll wake up by 11 o'clock, 11:30. I'm outside smoking a cigar with a cup of coffee.
Mhm.
Then I go do my errands for the day, do whatever I have to do, and then I'm eating around 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: I've even gotten to the point where Martinis feeds us, and I'm like, yeah, I'm all set because I'm full.
I understand.
Yeah,
But I
So if you're doing the coffee with butter in it, does it truly make it a one meal a day then? Isn't like having butter in your coffee like a meal?
How the fuck is that?
no, because there's no protein in the butter, so it's not.
Mhm.
It's just fat, so it doesn't have no real nutrition.
Are you using
does have
maple
a
butter?
caloric content.
Dave,
What?
Are you using the maple
It has
butter?
calories.
The maple butter.
Yeah, maple butter. Put some maple syrup in it. It's a breakfast.
Yeah, I've been getting. You know what? I've been maybe he's. You know where he's been getting the bacon? He's been getting the bacon from City Walker.
Shitty walk.
Shitty airline.
Shitty airline. Do you guys ever see Chow Min's channel? It's this kid in New York who goes around and he speaks Chinese. He's American, but he speaks
A
perfect.
long time ago.
Yeah.
He's funny.
Well, we got a list. I think they're getting antsy for the list.
All right, let's get a list going here because Zim's getting antsy for it.
No,
Zim's like, if we're not talking about the greatest.
I have a customer, and I'm just been chatting with him. I bought 8 Carvin guitars yesterday, and they're all like case queens. No,
Can we see them?
Get them up.
Yeah, I can show you a Carvin.
Yeah, you guys, it's
all
guitar
like
of the
case
day.
queens. Yeah.
It's time for guitar of the day. Guitar of the day. Who could it be?
Yeah, I saw that one coming.
Your vote will
Maynard.
hold the key. It's up to you. Yeah, me
So,
too.
Dave, when you get up, all you have is coffee with butter. Yes, that's all I have. Coffee with butter and MCT oil. Then I go to the gym. Then I do my day.
All right, can I speak to that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, showtime.
Oh, look at that. It's made in
Revenge.
USA, Japan. Just kidding.
It's called Chunga's Revenge.
What does it say?
Chunga's
It
Revenge.
says USA, but I said
George.
USA.
Revenge. Wow.
That's a good looking guitar.
What year?
I'd say 80s.
No,
No way.
everything.
No,
No,
I've
no,
bought-
look at the headstock. Yeah.
It's
I've
Yeah.
bought 12. No, I've bought 10
Look at the
Carvins
straight. Look at
and
the
3
straight string
Kiesels
pull on it.
from the same guy.
zero deflection.
Look at the
Are those
string pull.
Spurzels or Carvin Spurzels?
Carvins.
Those are regular Spurzels, I think. Yeah. Those are
Pull
those
it
aren't
back a
branded
little.
Carvin.
Come back just a little. So the
Come
focus.
back to me.
Okay, I'm gonna
What do
say
we got?
$2.
Can you read that shit?
You're right. They're Spurzels.
All right.
I could tell just
Those
by
are
looking
nice.
at them.
All right, cool.
Everything I bought I bought in 10 of them from the same guy. I bought 10 Carvins and I bought 3 Kiesels. And a lot of them still have the build sheets in there. And they're all from about 2007 and to about 2014.
Tannenbaum, Craig Chiquito.
Yeah, Starship.
Craig
That looks like
Charities.
vintage.
I got
Oh,
they're all
okay.
neck through. None of them
Okay.
are bolt-on necks.
I like the other one better.
And then you look at the,
Ooh, lemon
bridge,
drop.
and it looks like okay, that bridge is already decked as far down as it will go.
No, it sinks into the
No, it
body.
sinks. The body's
Yeah.
sunk in.
You're absolutely right. They're recessed. I was getting to that. But yeah, they're all I got all the neck through ones. And my buddy's here is Rock Daddy's helping me.
You're,
Go through
whoa,
Yeah, I
look
like
at that color. Hey, is that the
Yeah,
CC
the sun.
DeVille edition?
So this guy's
This
a big
guy's a
Zappa
Zappa
fan, huh?
fan. Yeah.
Stainless
go.
steel frets, all neck
Ooh.
through.
Are those Seth Lovers? What are those pickups?
I don't know.
Turbo.
look
No,
at
those are stock
Covered
carbons.
Chrome
Ooh.
covered
Stock
carbons,
carbon.
yeah.
Oh man, that looks
I like
cool.
that.
Ebony,
that-
stainless steel.
I don't know
frets.
why. I like
I'm
that.
not even tell you what I paid for.
It's got
these
an ebony
things.
fingerboard.
How
You
much
guys are
money?
shit if I tell you what I paid, and I'm not going to do that. But
What are you selling that for?
Yeah, how much for the green
What's
one?
that? Oh,
every neck through Carvin on Reverb, and there's a lot of them. There's 160 guitars Carvins on Reverb right now. Everyone that is neck through is at least $1,000 or more. I'm trying to get $800 a piece, and again, these are all case.
What is that
queens
one
that-
called?
Necklace. Pearl
Pearl
necklace. Look at ZZ
Uh-oh.
Top.
This one's kind of sticky.
Yeah,
It's kind of sticky.
the black
That's
hardware.
disgusting.
Got a little salty smell to it,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I didn't know
They're
salty
all-
was a
Jane, are
smell.
these guitars like unplayed? Like the guy just bought them and just they look clean.
That
as-
is exactly right.
How's
Oh,
that?
Okay,
here's
another
the
pearl
other
necklace.
pearl
Pearl
necklace
necklace.
in blue.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Bluebird.
Ran out of
look like they
IDs.
got played
Wow.
a little bit, but most of them are just you know, he
These are
was
cool.
he had a OCD disorder or something where he kept buying all these guitars, and now what happens when you use guitar shops is you end up getting the collection after the guy has passed away.
Oh, did the guy pass?
Yeah, and so
So we buy his vision.
now there's about 8 more than I can go get, but they're all the bolt-on necks, which I think they call carving the bolt.
Oh, they're all like Strat shapes, right?
Yeah, quit while you're ahead, man. That's plenty of fucking. You got a lifetime of carving inventory now.
And in
I got
case you
so
didn't
many
know,
guitars.
Sunset.
Oh, it's
Bars.
all good here, no?
Wow.
You had to put it on.
Very. Wait a minute. Whoa. What are the inlays in the neck on that?
Baloney.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're nice, man. The guy had a nice eye. He ordered cool shit. Are those necks like wide? Like a wide nut?
I think they are.
Narrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to tell people that. People, you know, the big feel or whatever.
The
Yeah, look at
gentleman's
that
cuff.
shit, man. Very vintage looking, too.
Okay, one more. That's
This is
all,
one
buddy.
I like.
All right. Ooh.
That's mint green.
Another green pearls.
Surf's
fucking
up.
thing. Oh, yeah. Cool titles. This guy had a sense of humor.
Mhm.
No
And the carbon
originality,
pickup,
but a sense of humor.
you can identify the carbon pickups because every string they gave you 2 pole pieces for every string.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And this
Oh,
one
so those
has
other ones
the
must
battery
just-
box in the back, so I'm guessing it's maybe got a little preamp or something.
Some Zappa
Oh,
shit.
look at that!
Oh,
It's even got a stereo out.
ooh,
The Rico sound.
like a
Look at that.
woman.
Stereo out.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah.
You sick
Okay.
fuck.
Yes,
so-
I did.
Yeah, lots of fun buying guitars recently. I love
Nice.
buying guitars, and so over the last 2 or 3 days, Friday and Saturday, a couple of guys were trying to sell off some random things, and I was like, "Nah, I don't. I have too many guitars, man. I'm sorry. I'm not buying right now," which maybe
Right.
is a really bad thing to do, but I'm just packed full of guitars right now.
It's time to get it some
I have,
amps in that store.
I have probably 430 guitars in this little 1,800 square foot
Hey,
store.
Dane, spin your camera. Show everybody, if you don't mind. Yeah.
Hey, Rock Daddy's standing right there.
All right, cool. Let's look at the.
Uh,
Here we go.
so there's
Wow.
200 guitars on the back wall,
Okay.
and then you know I got all these pedals right here and 3
Oh
display
wow,
cases.
that count in the middle.
And
Wow.
then I've got this display case right here where my soda and my strings and Rock Daddy's hanging out.
Nice.
What's up, dude?
So I
It's like
got
a nice little shop.
I got
a lot of.
that's there, and then I got a back
lot of
room
guitars.
behind that wall back there where I have a bunch there, and then behind that wall right back there where you see some acoustics hanging, I have my bathroom, and there's an office back there where I store a bunch of guitars back in the office too. And
Cool.
the office is where my son does all the video editing that I do for my channel.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it to guys of our age that are kind of looking for something to do and you don't want to. I was in construction my whole life, and man, my knees are sore. So I have to try to find something else to do. And I would drive through this huge city that I'm in, and I'm like, well, and you see a store on every freaking corner, and it's like, well, that guy's got a store. And that guy's got a store, and you drive another 10 foot, and that guy's got it. So why the hell can't I? You know, so that's how I ended up with the store.
I'm in construction and my knees are sore. Same thing for David Hodo.
Doing construction for 20 years. I was a
You
floor
love
covering
David Hodo.
contractor. I laid tile, I laid carpet, I laid laminate, had 2 crews running.
Wow, man.
But after a while, you're like, holy shit, I can't crawl around on the floor anymore.
Joe, what have you got for a list for us today?
I have a list called the top 10 songs of all time, but of course they go up to 100. So now these are the top 10 best songs of all time. A song is a musical composition performed by a human voice. It may include popular songs produced by professional singers, musical numbers from films, or modern renditions of traditional songs. This includes the greatest songs ever and features legendary songs from Zeppelin, Queen, the Beatles, Floyd, and more. Tell me what to start at.
Start at 100.
Well, number 100 is A Million Dreams by Ziv Zeifman, Hugh Jackman, and Michelle Williams.
Are you fucking
Don't know that
Just
one.
to let you know where this list is going.
I bet that would sound familiar, though, if it was on and we could hear
Is
it.
it from Les Mis or something?
You don't think that would sound familiar?
It must be.
They have sample. They
Wolverine
listen to a
sings.
sample.
Wolverine sings.
No, don't.
Are we going to get demonetized if we listen to
demonetize us.
sample?
No,
Yeah, don't play
That
it. Don't
don't-
play it.
that don't sound good. Number 99, Losing My Religion, REM.
Oh God.
97,
that one.
Holiday, Green Day.
I've heard that one.
Number 96, 10,000
We've all heard
Days, Wings Part 2 by Tool. Number
I don't know that
95,
one.
how the fuck
Modern
is this
metal.
up at 95? Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. Number 94, Carry On Wayward Son by Kansas.
Good tune.
93,
I'm with
Change-
Rock Daddy. I like that too.
What?
It's good
Rock
tune.
Daddy said I like that.
Rock Daddy wants to take over for me. You guys
Well,
want-
all
want
those
Rock
other
Daddy to
ones were
take
just
over?
beat out by Changes
ahead.
by Tupac.
You know, you got to say one thing about Dane. He'll make you a good deal. He's a right guy. He's got a terrific store. But if you come down here, he's going to put your ass to work.
That's right.
I don't
That's
know
how you get
many
the
times I've
savings.
helped fix Tolex and put grill cloth on and glued parts and held stuff for him. It's a lot of fun. He will put you to work.
That's funny.
You do cabinets and stuff like that, Rock Daddy?
I fixed a lot of cabinets. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I just bought an acoustic 860 812 cabinet with the rear loaded folded horn shape in it
Mhm.
because I have a 360 with the 18 in it. So I wanted to get an 810 that matched. I just picked that up for $85.
Wow.
Yeah. Awesome guitar amp.
Acoustic
Are we
from
gonna
the
have to-
70s? That
Sorry?
acoustic brand from the 70s
Yeah.
or
Yeah, it's a-
80s, maybe. You know,
Actually, it's a 68. So it was one of the first runs. Huge amplifier.
spelled,
Massive.
acoustic all spelled out big on it. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's
with
cool.
the blue front.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I deal
blue.
a lot
Yeah.
and I deal in amps. He deals in guitars. I deal in amps. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I just brought out two 26-foot trucks from back east and offloaded them last week.
What kind of stuff did you get?
Well, that's all my stuff. I just went and got my stuff.
Oh,
But
I see.
I'm dragging
Oh,
around.
where
a
were
country
you?
sound system. Sir?
Where were you?
I was out
You're
in
back east.
yeah, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
What? And you've been collecting amps for decades?
Yeah, I've never sold an amp. Never
Okay.
traded one away either. I just
Yeah.
keep getting them, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I just completed
What kind of things do you have?
well, I just back in the day, I played back in the 60s and early 70s and stuff, and I was using high watts.
Oh, wow.
And I never liked Marshalls that much. I liked the cleaner sound and a little more headroom.
Sure.
And I finally decided this year to buy some Marshalls. I thought, man, I got this big collection. I don't have a Marshall. So I bought a MF350 full stack, had the two 400 cabinets in it with the G100 speakers in it. And I stuck a 410H, Marshall 410H on top of that. Then I found the matching cabinets. I just found the last one. Found two more matching cabinets with the vintage 30s in them. And I stick a TSL on top of that and then I ABY between it. And I
You
don't
say
even
the
like
Mode 4? The MF? That the Mode 4?
What's that? Yeah,
The
it's the Mode
MF.
4.
Is that the Mode 4?
Yeah, the Mode 4. Now the amp is a hybrid. It's
Yep.
tubes and solid state. It's 350 watts RMS. And it's louder than I'll get out. And
Alex
but,
Skolnick likes those.
it doesn't quite sound as good as the other two amps. So I just got it as a backup sitting there. But I collect Riveras. I've been collecting Riveras since the 80s.
Mm.
And I've got every single TBR head he ever built. One of each.
Oh.
Every wattage and everything. The problem with TBR heads is the bigger ones, the 320s have 8 tubes in them, 8 power tubes. try to find a match set of 8 tubes to go in an amp like that.
Right.
Hey, do you have his Super Champ that he designed? Well, didn't design, but he had a version of the Super Champ with all the push pull switches.
I haven't picked up a lot of vintage Fenders. People mess with them so much and mod them so much that you never know what you're going to get. You have to open them up and trace the circuits out, see what they've changed. Because a lot of guys will bypass things and add circuits in, change the tone. So I kind of stay away from the Fenders, but I like the Riveras. I've got 17 Riveras right now. Have you ever seen the S120s? It's a little twin, 100 watt twin. Well, no, it's 60 watts. It's a 60 watt twin, but he's got 2 separate 60 watt amplifiers in it. They're not even tied together. 2 separate amplifiers. And you come out and you go down into the speakers, and your chorus control actually goes back and forth between the speakers. Like this.
Nice.
Runs back and forth through the amps. They sound
Stereo
great.
chorus.
Oh, yeah. Real stereo chorus.
All right, let's go back to Joe real quick. And Joe, we're going to have to jump down to 50. Those 90s were terrible.
Coming down to 50.
I mean, Crazy Train's a great song. It could be in the 90s for me, but the songs that are around it, no way. Except I do like that Kansas tune.
That is a tight number.
All right, so start at 50.
It's a top 40 song of all time. Go ahead, start at 50.
Well, just for shits and giggles, number 51 is Holy Wars, The Punishment Due by Megadeth.
Great song.
Great song.
Number 50, Good Vibrations, The Beach Boys.
Just beat out Holy Wars.
Yeah. And Good Vibrations was beat out by My Immortal by Evanescence.
Okay.
What 13-year-old girl made this list?
Number 48, Echoes by Pink Floyd.
Great song. Great song.
Echoes is a great tune.
Number 47, Dream On, Aerosmith.
Dream
It
On's
was
a
good
good
the
song.
first million times I heard it.
Number 46 is Viva La Vida by Coldplay.
That song
God,
is
no.
awful.
13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Number 45 is 1979, Smashing Pumpkins.
Nope.
Of all time.
Of all time.
Yeah.
Someone's saying that's in the top 50 of all time.
Yeah. And it actually beat out the My Immortal by Evanescence. How about that? Number
I can't even
44.
think of a
Oh, go ahead.
Zeppelin song that's worse than that.
Number 44, Africa by Toto.
Good song.
Even Toto doesn't like
But
that
not
song.
even-
I don't think it's
Yeah,
the best
but-
song on that album. I don't think
No, it isn't.
You have to rip on everything.
Number 43, Thriller by
Oh.
Michael Jackson.
The song Thriller?
Yes.
It's one of his worst songs.
Well, that was beat out by Jesus of Suburbia by Green Day.
Never heard. Jesus of Green Day.
Number 42, Green Day.
This is awful.
Green Day's terrible.
Where's Mr. Roboto? When's that
Oh,
Number
it's coming.
41, Breaking
It's
the
coming.
Habit by Linkin Park.
Oh, Jesus.
I bet you nickel right now there ain't going to be a fucking Beatles song on this list.
I bet you a nickel that Nickelback's coming up.
Oh God, I don't even.
But
I've
Beatles-
never even heard of this song or this group or person. Number 40 is 1-800-273-8255. That's the name of the song by Logic. Has anyone
That
ever
is
heard
not-
of that?
That's not logical.
These-
I thought you were going to say 100, 588, 300, Empire.
Uh-oh.
Whatever.
Coming in at
Empire
number
You know, the
39.
Empire commercial.
Coming in at number 39, beating out 1-800-273-8255 is Bring Me to Life by Evanescence.
Oh my God.
No Beatles yet, but we got Evanescence twice. Coming in at 38, Chop Suey by System of a Down.
I don't even like that song. But
It's annoying.
I hate it.
Coming in at
That's
number
right.
37, here they are again, American Idiot by Green Day.
what the fuck?
Coming in at
Oh
number
my God.
36, Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd.
Not even close to their best song.
That
This
song
is a
sucks. Let me
millennial
just say
list,
this.
millennial
Does
list.
anyone here even think there's one good Green Day song? That band fucking blows. They blow.
I feel
Number
the same way about
35,
REM.
Oh,
Paranoid Android by Radiohead.
I like the Cure better.
That's a trendy pick.
Way
Number
better. I tell you right now,
34.
I like the Cure's catalog better than any song mentioned so far. except for
Finally,
the two in
here's
the
a
90s.
band that could probably have 100 on the top 100. It's "Let It Be" by the Beatles.
Ah,
Finally,
That's not even their best song.
up.
That's not.
Wait
that's
Wait
not
a
that great of
minute,
tune.
but they got beat out at the 33 spot by 21 Guns. Green Day.
yeah.
Green Day's all over the top 50.
Retarded, man.
Who the fuck
It's always
made this
retarded.
list?
Coming
This
back,
is a
it's number
13-year-old girl did
32.
Top 50, and they show
In
up
the
4
end,
times.
it's Linkin Park at number
Linkin
32.
Park comes in again.
This is unbelievable.
Finally,
We're
a
just not
band
of that
quality.
generation.
Another one bites the dust by Queen.
That,
This
oh,
is
God.
the top 100
Okay.
trans songs.
And,
All
and
right.
I'm a
I have a-
I'm a
I have a
Queen fan.
theory
I have
about
to
all these-
disagree with that.
All right, Joe.
Coming in at what?
All right.
What is it?
No, I
Theory.
have a theory about why we hear these certain names. Because these people are still working and doing gigs, right? And doing shows. So
Oh,
they need to
Linkin
get the
Park
names
Linkin Park-
Well,
somehow.
you got to look at some of the, the thing is that the songs have
Not
comments.
all, but
Look at the
Yeah.
comment for the 21 Guns by Green Day. I'm one of the few girls in my class who loves Green Day. I like the Karma songs like 21 Guns and Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Green Day is amazing.
yeah, they are.
You
How
know,
old
that's-
was
that's-
this list?
They did 12.
I don't know. Coming in at number 30, Living on a Prayer, Bon Jovi.
Oh, Jovi. All right.
Coming
Getting
in
back
at
to the real.
number 29, Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Great song.
Coming in
Yeah.
at 28, I think one of the greatest songs I've ever heard is American Pie by Don McLean.
Done to death.
Well, it's a classic.
And honestly,
It's-
you could actually make the argument it's not the best song on that album, because that's a great album.
Yeah, I think Vincent.
But they got beat out at 27 by Boulevard of Broken Dreams, Green Day.
Green Day again.
Is there a
Dog
comment
makes
on
this
this?
With the tunes in the
Is
top
there a
50.
comment on that one?
Billy Joe.
Yes,
Billy
don't
Joe's
get
like-
me wrong. This isn't the greatest song of all time, but it definitely deserves to be ranked among the top 30.
30 what?
Set a
This is
13-year-old.
This song is
Top
a
100
masterpiece,
songs
a
of
very
Caitlin and
meaningful
Megan
song
at middle school.
about being let down by the American dream.
Exactly.
Oh,
What do 14-year-olds know
Much-
about the
and
American
then, and I love the comment. The last sentence in this comment, much better than Stairway to Heaven or even Bohemian Rhapsody. That's Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Unbelievable.
Coming in at number 26, 2112, Rush.
It just edged out Boulevard of Broken
Is
Dreams.
But
that a
getting
song
beat.
or is that the whole album?
Getting beat out at the 25 spot is Rush gets beat out by All Star by Smash Mouth.
Hey now,
was a
you're a
big
rock
song,
star.
man.
That's that
Oh
song,
my
right?
God.
Yeah.
Game on, get
That's a
paid.
Venice
God.
Beach song. That reminds me of Venice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jan,
No.
it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Number
That's a big
24,
song in
Don't
summer of
Stop Me Now,
2000.
Queen.
see?
That's a song by
Great-
Queen that doesn't
great
get the
song.
love I think it deserves. It's a great song.
But it got beat out in the 23 spot by Numb by Linkin Park.
Of course.
Gotta get Linkin Park in there. They haven't been in here yet, huh?
Coming in at number 2, Beat It, 22, Beat It by Michael Jackson.
Not even a great song.
No.
Stinks.
Awful guitar solo.
Number
Look at
21, finally, some sanity prevails. It's Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd.
And
a lot
you know,
better
that's
Pink
not
Floyd
even
songs.
one of my favorite.
Probably like
Pink
the
Floyd
best song
songs.
you've
It's
mentioned thus
Number
far.
20.
I think it's the worst song on that album.
No, but
Yeah,
the best song
I-
you've
I would
mentioned
agree with
tired
that.
of it.
this
I'm
far.
tired of it.
Number 20 is Freebird by Leonard Skinner.
Oh, can't hear that one enough.
Again, on that album, one of the worst songs.
Coming in at number 19,
Tuesday's Gone.
Great one.
Yeah.
Billie Jean by Michael Jackson.
All off a Thriller. Every song from Michael Jackson they put off a Thriller.
Coming in at number 18,
Megan
Believer.
only had that album.
Coming in at 18, Believer by Imagine Dragons.
Okay.
'Cause I thought you were going to say Ozzy Osbourne.
Now,
I
Caitlin
don't
would
even know
argue.
what this group is.
Beat out the Beatles.
Oh.
Okay.
never
Finally,
heard a song
something off of Dave's favorite playlist. Number 17, It's Like a Rolling Stone, Bob Dylan.
Oh, that's such a
Here we
nice
go.
song.
Dylan's always on these fucking lists.
Oh, Dylan's
I'm
gonna
going to
be.
bring you some quotes.
Dylan's gonna have 5 in the top 10. You
I'm going to
watch.
give you some quotes. This song is like a punch in the gut every time I hear it.
I
An
agree.
an exquisite piece of poetry. Here's one. Tell me what the sentence even means. This song takes you on a hallucinatory third eye journey, like all these songs do. Yeah, the brown.
Yeah, your
eye.
third eye means your butthole.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Number
Third Eye
16.
Journey, we going on that Linkin Park song.
Oh my God. Number 16. I Can't Get No Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones.
In my top.
Good tune.
Okay, I can name 40 songs by the Stones better.
My favorite. What is your favorite Stone song?
Ooh, that's a loaded question.
I know mine, but it's for personal reasons.
Starfucker.
That's a great one off of Goat's Head Soup. I would say, I think it's called Star Star, right? I think I would say the Moonlight Mile or Fingerprint File.
I've always
Mine
kind of
is-
liked Tumbling Dice for some reason.
Great
I had
song.
that
Oh, it's a great
45
number.
as a little kid.
Great one off of Exile on Main Street.
Mine is Ruby Tuesday.
Great one.
I like that one. I like that, and I like Paint It Black too.
I'm going with Miss You.
Ooh, off of Some
This
Girls.
is a fun one. Disco.
Coming in
good
at
shit there.
15. November Rain by Guns N' Roses.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, those guys are on the road. It's all tied together, man.
This has nothing to do with the road. This is to do with a girl what names a band she writes on her notebook.
Oh, but
Yeah,
Queen's on the road.
Caitlin and
Fucking
Ashley
Green Day must be on the road,
and
Christine.
Amber.
No, but Queen, do you notice it's Don't Stop Me Now? There was a big TikTok for Don't Stop Me Now. These are all TikTok songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta-
Coming in at number 14, definitely not a TikTok song. Hallowed Be Thy Name by Iron Maiden.
As a number 14 song of all time.
But it shouldn't be, but at least it's better than some of the other ones you've heard. But coming
As
in
much
Go
much as I love Maiden, I can't see them being in top 20
No.
of all time.
I mean,
of
you
any
haven't
song.
had any
But-
Zeppelin yet. There's not been one Zeppelin. There's not there's not been a single fucking Doors song. Love them or not, guy. How do you not put some of those songs in here? Okay, number 13, beating out Hallowed Be Thy Name is Fade to Black by Metallica. And beating out Fade to Black by Metallica is Master of Puppets by Metallica at number 12.
They beat themselves.
They beat themselves.
Stop beating
Neither
yourself.
song,
Stop
neither
beating
song has
yourself.
a melody.
Coming in at number 11, Lose Yourself by Eminem.
Oh my god. Oh yeah.
Midnight
Bring it
Strummer,
home.
that's another great one.
We're at the top 10. Coming in at number 10, A Day in the Life by the Beatles.
Okay.
Number 9, Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses.
On the road this year.
Number 8, Hey Jude by the Beatles.
Someone said that was going to be on there.
Oh,
but it's not
Song
even.
sucks.
Hey Jude?
I hate it.
I won't say it sucks, but I mean it's definitely not.
First of all,
close
the
to-
Beatles, In My Life, that's a beautiful song.
Mm.
There's a lot of.
Yeah.
I think the Lennon song off of Abbey Road, I want you so bad. She's so
Yeah,
heavy.
I
It's
like that one.
great.
Mm.
Coming
Coming in at number 7.
Is that
Life like
song in
that.
Drop D? Dave, would you know? She's So Heavy. Is that Drop D?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't think so. It's
If her
No.
name is D and she's so heavy, drop
They
it.
used to use a lot of bass sixes on their stuff. So they would double the guitar on the bass six, which would give it that real low sound. Cheap Trick did the same thing because of that, because the Beatles did it. But I know he used the bass six on Helter Skelter's a bass six. And you're very familiar with the bass six if you did a Cure thing, because the Cure loves the bass six.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Back in the Saddle, Aerosmith. Did he use
Bass
that?
six.
Oh, I love that
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, yeah.
Coming in at number 7, Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd.
Great tune. But
Coming in
not-
at number
not
6.
seven of all
No,
time.
no way in the top 10 songs of all time in my
Really?
No
It
way.
would be for me. Coming in at number 6.
What are we saying? Because it's top 10 genre, like any genre?
Anything.
Apparently.
No, not apparently, because there's no American songbook songs here. We're not hearing any Barbra Streisand. There's no Neil
This has
Diamond.
gotta
So
be
obviously,
rather-
it's got to be like some edge to rock because
Yeah, it's all
I
been
mean, I
rock.
agree,
At
there's
least
not-
rock.
There's a
There hasn't been a
metal,
single Engelbert
hard
Humperdinck
rock.
in any of this list.
No Elvis.
No Elvis.
and it doesn't go that far back. Like,
But I haven't heard songs like Stars Fell on Alabama. We danced our little drama. We kissed in a field. I mean, that's a song. It's a very nice melody.
that's on another
Yeah.
list.
Right.
Coming in at
Yeah,
number
where's-
6.
Not on the
Wichita
list. Of Linkin
lineman.
Park.
Right? Where's
Sorry,
Wichita
you're not on the
lineman
list.
this list?
Love it.
Number 6, Hotel California.
Oh God. Big.
That was beaten at number 5 by Metallica.
Oh, yeah, because one
Of
is
course.
such a stronger melody.
Has Zeppelin been on the list yet?
No.
No.
Not
Nope.
yet. Coming in at number 4, Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
Coming in at number 3, no. Fucking hate
Rihanna?
this song. No, Imagine by John Lennon.
No, too high.
Oh,
That's
my-
like
Finally,
that's like a little lullaby on a piano, is what Imagine is.
what were you saying, Dave?
Imagine, you know what? Did you guys know Steely Dan wrote a song about Imagine? They did.
What
On
song
the
was
first
that?
Steely Dan album, his song's called "Only a Fool Would Say That,"
Huh?
and that was their song to John Lennon for writing
I
Imagine.
didn't know that.
Childish. It's childish.
A world becomes one under the sun, wearing a white Stetson hat. Yeah, it's all about Lennon singing that song because they thought it was the dumbest thing they ever heard. It's
is.
I agree with them.
the communist mantra.
It is. It's fucking retarded.
I agree with that.
Coming in at number 2, finally on the list, although I don't know how it's not at number 1, it is Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin.
That's number
I'm
one.
curious what number
That's
one.
number
No,
2.
it's 2.
Okay, let me think about number one. Let me think.
Dylan. It's gonna be
No.
Dylan.
It won't be Dylan.
Michael
gonna be-
Jackson.
Stairway
It's
to
gotta
Heaven
be-
is number 2.
Number
The
one
Rose.
will be
Green
In
Day,
My Life
Green
by the
Day.
What
Beatles.
song is it?
Dave saying
wait.
In
That's
My
my guess.
Life by the
What
Beatles.
would piss Dave off the most? That's the
Oh, it's a
answer.
Beatles song.
I would guess it's a Beatles song, and I would guess I think the best Beatles song is In My Life. So I'm just going to make a guess and saying It's in
It
my
might
life,
be
right?
one of the. It might be one of the Harrison
Yesterday.
ones, like
They're gonna
While
say
My Guitar
yesterday.
Gently Weeps or something. Or
They're gonna
something.
say yesterday.
there's nobody
Might be a
picking a
What,
Harrison
what do
song.
you think it is, Dane?
It might be one of the Harrison songs, like While My Guitar Gently
No.
Weeps. Or,
So you think it's a Beatles song too?
something. Maybe it's.
I
something.
think it is. I think it's yesterday.
Okay. You think it's Yesterday? What about you, Jerry?
I think it's a Green Day song.
American
Wake,
Idiot.
wake me up when September
American Idiot.
comes.
Yeah, there you go. That's like we haven't heard that yet. That's their opus.
Anyway, the wind
Longview.
blows.
Oh,
It's
Oh,
Bohemian
Bohemian
Rhapsody.
Bohemian
there you
Rhapsody.
go. It was mentioned. in the
Oh,
comment
yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody.
by Stephanie. Or whatever.
played-
Fucking
Now they
played
have a
so
list of
much.
top 10 best Green Day songs of all time, but
Yeah.
there are actually no songs on the list. But that is a list in the sidebar.
It's an
Now,
empty
where
list.
did this list come from?
It's on the top 10s website, which is the top10s.com.
I think anyone can submit their own because that we had a
Right,
come
yeah.
from a girl who's 13.
she knows
Exactly.
everything. It's just propaganda.
I
No,
would
it's-
rather.
What a
Back in Black is 63.
I would rather hear any Rolling Stones list because that's at least there's editors and there's people in the business.
All right, guys, we got 5 minutes to hit the 10 o'clock time. I want to know what your top 3 favorite songs of all time are. And with the caveat, we all know this, it's just your answer today because tomorrow could be different. Every day I have a different favorite song. So I went top 3
Make me
favorite
go
songs,
last.
or forget about favorite. What you think are the top greatest songs of all time?
God, put me on.
Dane,
the
you want to
spot.
go first? You have a shit-eating grin on your face, like you know.
No, I'm just was gonna hope that you wouldn't call me first.
Oh, okay. Then Jerry, how are you doing?
Okay,
All right.
best
Oh.
song. I'm gonna go first.
Are you going in
Wichita
order? Or are you going?
Lineman. I'm going first. Wichita Lineman, 1968, the most played song. It beat out the Beatles.
Interesting.
Wichita Lineman.
Great one. Great one.
Interesting.
What's the biggest Sinatra song? New York.
My Way.
My
New
Way.
York,
My
New
Way.
York.
Number 2. These biggest songs of all time. And then you're gonna do
According to Dane.
The Way We Were, Barbara Streisand. There we go.
Shattered pictures may be beautiful. Okay,
Another time
Jerry,
we
you want to
played
go?
that.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay. Elvis. Suspicious Minds.
Written by Mark James. Go on.
Yeah. Take Me to the River.
Al Green.
Al Green. I love Al Green, so I'm a little biased with that. And then we were talking about the Beatles. Oh, Drive My Car.
Great song.
That's a good
It
one.
is. Okay. That's it.
Joe, do you want to go? You want me to go? You want?
Now these are my favorites, or what I think is the best.
The best.
Right
What
now.
would you say is like the 3 greatest songs of all time?
Well, I gotta put Stairway to Heaven in there.
Okay.
Okay.
It's quality.
I think Bohemian Rhapsody is up there too.
You like the elaborate stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
He's in the rock
I'm
genre.
thinking, those epic ones.
Yeah, I got it.
Shit, this one may be more favorite, but I fucking love the song Time by Pink Floyd.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a big song.
Great one.
Joe, give me your favorite Sabbath song.
Money.
Well, that's why I was asking if it was favorites or not, because
Mine
if it
was
was
like a
favorites,
big
I'm putting
one
War
song.
Pigs in there.
Well, there you go. Mine too. All right.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. Okay. Krell, you want to go? You want me to go?
I can give it a shot. I mean, one song Frank Sinatra said was the greatest love song ever written, and that's Something by the Beatles.
See, that's
I
a
always
good
love
one.
that
Which
one.
I totally disagree with.
Yeah, well,
It's a good song.
I mean, I disagree with him that he's
You're wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think
Don't-
Harrison
don't
has
go
anything
against
over Lennon.
Frank.
Elvis does the
I
main
would have
cover
to
of that
say
song.
Bohemian Rhapsody as well, even though I'm sick of it. I mean, it is one of the greatest songs of all
It's
time.
an amazing song. Overplayed,
Um,
but amazing.
And if we get into my personal favorites on Queen songs, we can get really deep here. But I need one more.
You do.
I mean, if we were going favorites, I was going to put it for Zeppelin. I love No Quarter. I could listen to that nonstop.
Does jazz work for everyone?
Well, yeah, whatever. It's whatever
Okay,
your
well,
list.
actually, there's no song. It's like it's music. It's I always like Naima by John Coltrane.
Yeah,
Off
Naeem
the
is
Giant
good.
Steps.
I was thinking about most plays on the radio.
All
kind
right, let
of
me
a
just say
list.
my
Okay.
3 first. Number 1, which would be number 3. Maybe I'm Amazed by Paul McCartney.
Oh, okay.
The live version
it's
or
a
the
fucking-
studio?
Either one. I think that song is a fucking brilliant song. I think it's a gorgeous song. Next
It is.
would be an Eddie Arnold song that he wrote, but Ray Charles sang, called "You Don't Know Me."
That's a good one.
You give your hand to me,
Yeah, it's very good.
and then I say hello. I
Oh.
love that song.
Oh,
And my last
So do
song,
I.
which is my number 1, is "Bridge Over Troubled Water."
I love that one too. It's like you were prepared for this list.
I wasn't. I thought of it while Dane did his,
Uh,
and I even asked you if you wanted to go after me.
I think
I
everybody's
like
had
stir the ghosts.
everybody's
Yeah.
picks have been good. You know.
Yeah, I mean, there's no
You know,
wrong
everybody
answer. It's
else
just
is
what
good,
you think
you
is important. I guess when I say the greatest songs, I mean, I think Bridge Over Troubled Water is one of those songs that not only is it fucking awesome, but Elvis does a version of it on the live album in 72 or 74, whatever. And it's fucking great too.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was number 70 on this list.
He was great on covers. E.
Yeah, it made 70 on this list. 69 was Under Pressure by Bowie and Queen, but they were
Good
both
song.
beat out by Demons and Imagine Dragons.
What about 50
Okay, so
Ways to Leave Your
Queen-
Lover?
I think Queen's
Demons
best
and
song, if
Wizards.
someone's going to say, like, what's Queen's greatest song that they have to leave a legacy? For me, it's Somebody to Love. And I don't love the song,
Did it?
but I just think
Good
it's a
song.
beautifully written and sung song
Yep.
that, I mean, it's not my favorite
His
even on that
vocal
album.
range
I,
in
what-
that is amazing.
One Queen song I think beat out most of like the top 50 on this list that we just had handily is "It's Late" off in News of the World.
it's a
Great
great
song.
song.
Oh,
It's one of my favorite Queen
But
songs.
I wouldn't call it a great when you compare it to like constructed song. Like what's like "Save Me"? I think is the better song
Oh yeah,
musically.
That's
favorite Queen song I love, All Dead, off of News of the World.
all dead.
News of the World's a great record.
Great fucking album.
Yeah, I think and It's Late is very much like the predecessor to fucking Heavy Metal by Sammy Hagar. It's like the same. Gang.
I think the Queen jazz album was always my favorite with
Really?
you know, Fat Bottom Girls and Bicycle Race and
Bottom
Don't Try
Girls.
Suicide.
Yeah, there's some bad
That
songs
was
on
my
that.
Don't try
favorite.
suicides on the game, Dane.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
like
this
that
one
one.
had first of all, it opens with Mustafa. Let me entertain you.
That was a great tune.
Only 7 days,
Yeah.
jealousy. So
Jealousy's
I
a-
love jazz, except for
Right.
Fun It.
Yeah,
More
Roger
of that.
Taylor song.
Yeah, was it more of that? There's a couple of
More of that
songs on it I
jazz.
don't love.
Dead on Time is great on that.
Oh,
Freddie
Ooh, got me
Mercury.
busy hanging out. Oh,
Freddie
do
was
it.
Yeah,
I love it.
that's a great
pinnacle
Queen
of his
song.
writing during the jazz album, I think.
Dave, what
Yeah.
albums tie your mother down?
That's
That is,
Day at the Races.
Day at the Races. That's the album with Somebody to Love. But on that record, I love The Millionaire's Waltz. I love You Take My Breath Away. I love Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy. Just You and I is probably my favorite on that record. Teo Toriat's a great song on that album. That album, by the way, I don't know if you guys are big Freddie Mercury fans. Day at the Races is vocally his best album. He is
Yeah, I
fucking
can agree with
on
that.
point. His voice is just flawless on that record.
So you figure how old was he then? 56, 70. Yeah, he was like around 30 years old. He was in his prime. 30.
He was
31
he
years
was
old.
just on. Like News of the World he's on too. I just don't think the songs accentuated how great, you know what I mean? He was still great. He was great on the game. He's fucking flawless on too, but you know.
I know what you mean though.
Yeah, but that record is like he's pristine and they recorded him really well.
Captured.
Yeah. I saw somebody type up there about I Go to Rio. I love a good Peter Allen reference. No, Rick Allen. No.
What about what about some of those Billy Joel tunes?
Rick Allen was assaulted.
like ballads that you thought were really good?
I love Billy
Honest-
Joel. In fact, any of the
right,
love it. Love it.
right. What
That's
was the
on
one where he
52nd
whistled?
Street.
Moving Out.
That's The Stranger.
That was a cool
78.
tune.
My favorite Billy Joel song, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant.
Brenda and Eddie were the popular
Fucking
standings
awesome.
and the king at the queen at the pro. I like Vienna
Yes.
a lot. But my favorite song from him is on which I think is his best album, and people will argue with me to the death, but I think Turnstiles is his best album. And I think the best song is Summer Highland Falls. They say that these are not the best of times, but they're the only times I've ever known. Oh, it's a beautiful song.
Mhm.
Yeah, Stone Cold Crazy's great too.
I
Yep.
thought this Stranger
Tight.
was a really good tune.
I got to put Michael to bed. And,
All right, I'm going to go smoke and I just ordered 10 more. I'm going to go smoke a bin number 2 from Aging Room. God, I like that cigar.
Strong.
Yeah, it's up there with the. It's just right under the Todos Las Dias. But I'm gonna have a Todos Las Dias tomorrow. And by the way, I will be there tomorrow night, Krell.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I've got a wake to go to.
Yeah, I have a couple of buddies that of mine are coming down. A couple of guys I went to high school with.
Now that cigar, is it wrapped in maple?
It is a maple.
Yeah, he feels sick after. It must be the cigar.
They gotta be the maple.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll do this all again. You guys want to do this again next week? All right, we'll try it again.
Why
Hey,
hell
have
not?
a happy Easter, everybody, and
Oh yeah, I think Passover is
enjoy
what
the week.
Wednesday.
Passover,
Wednesday. There's the high holiday tomorrow, right? The highest of all holidays. Thank you. That's my
That kind of
birthday.
high.
And then Wednesday is Passover, so that's when because the Jews will celebrate after that. And then Easter's what this Sunday coming up.
Yeah, you got Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and then Easter Sunday, the Tridium this weekend.
Yeah.
I actually think my band is going in the studio on Sunday.
Don't work
on
on
Easter.
Saturday.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a very righteous recording session.
Sounds
Don't
good.
ever close your eyes.
Blessings.
All right.
That is a
let me
good
find
number.
let me find my outro. Here it is. All right, everyone. We want to say thank you to everyone. Dane, thanks for coming. Tell
Thanks
Rock
for having
Daddy
me.
thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Is Rock Daddy
Rock
still
Daddy,
there?
boy.
You can hear me. You hear me, Rock Daddy.
Yeah.
What's Rock Daddy's
Yeah,
first
okay.
name
He's
anyway?
not Rock Daddy.
We say his
Scott.
real name.
Scott. His name's
Scott. Welcome, Scott.
Scott.
Gentlemen, I've enjoyed it, and I watch your show.
Scott, are you leaning on a wiggy? What is that amp you're leaning on? Is that a wiggy? Oh no, I thought it was
No,
the
it's
PQ
XXL.
wiggy.
This is an XXL.
Okay.
That's the solid state version of the Triple X.
What are those
I
Eddie
just
Van
wish I could
Halen
sell
looking
it.
things there? What was that other thing?
That's a pedal
What's that?
board. Somebody
Huh?
put some EV8 stripes on a pedal board.
Oh, that looks
Cool.
dope.
Yeah.
EVH wishes he had that pedal board.
Oh man.
I saw in
Upper
my
deck.
feed on Instagram a pair of sweats came up that looked like Eddie Van Halen's guitar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that looks cool. So I looked at it, and then instead of the review, the guy goes, "These are way too thin." I'm like, forget it. You need thick tone for that Van Halen guitar. All right, that's enough. All right, Joe, have a great week. Jerry,
Thank you.
I'll see you soon.
Happy birthday, Dave.
And Krell,
Yeah, happy
Thank you.
birthday, Dave.
Happy birthday, Dave.
thank you, everyone.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much, everyone. And let me say, wait, Al, what?
Fuck you, Dave.
I knew that was coming.
you.
Scott
Scott
Thorson,
Thorson.
everybody. Oh, I pulled that the other night when we played. Scott Thorson. Thank you, Donald. All right, everyone. In the words of Esther Roll, we is waltzing.